go.
Free your mind.
That was awful, right? It was awful. Well, good morning. Good morning. Davey, I want to say, oh, he's on the phone. Syracuse football looked pretty darn good. This team has come around. I got to
As opposed to other teams.
As opposed to other teams.
That are located in the Syracuse area.
Yeah. Yeah, the basketball team is a little rough. Andrew's off again this morning. He'll be back tomorrow. In for Andrew this morning is the one and only. Well, we have two. I mean, that's
two for the price of one.
Twice blessed.
how important Andrew is. Megan is in, and so is Mr. Tim Reed.
Good morning. Good morning. I was saying to Davey and to Megan, we should have a telethon for to get a light to point on the town square sign.
I know.
Because, when you're driving 85 miles an hour to get here in time, and
Right.
you want to
It's easy.
end up in Rome.
I have driven past here,
Yeah.
and I've been coming here for 12 years now. So
Thank God for Tom Highland at Utica Mac.
it is. That
That's
does
my
help.
warning sign.
Yeah. I get to that point and I'm there, but I have had to do a turnaround in the old Pelosi parking lot and come back down through. So
Sparks are flying.
There used to be a light there, but apparently the light went out.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, why fix that?
Yep. Well,
So it's
Now that Tim has brought it up, maybe we could forward it. But
Yeah.
has anybody ever accidentally driven into the wrong driveway? Because we have two
Oh, yeah.
driveways back
that's-
to
yes.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
well, I've come right across the lawn.
Well,
Screw it. I'm driving.
It's these
you
high
gotta see
salaries they
outside.
got to pay. You've got to cut corners wherever you
That
can.
is true. That is true. Davey, how you doing in there? You're all right? All is good? It's a Monday morning, Thanksgiving week, short week.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. The mojo.
Oh, he's a little iffy.
Mojo is gone. Syracuse football looked really good.
Yes, they did, Bill. The only problem that I have with Syracuse on Saturday is their special teams is not very well. They need to fix that.
Well, I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to fix. They're going to need that, though, against Miami this weekend. I think that could be a game. Then again, I thought the Giants game would be a game.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I think this is really, they got the new Tommy chopsticks in there. And
Same new guy, same problem.
oh, this was worse, though, wasn't it? Didn't it seem worse?
Did you
What
see?
was the final score? 33-10 or something like that?
30-7.
30-7.
Did you see the Commanders game?
I did not.
Tyler Bass apparently took the week off and decided to kick for the Commanders. 2-point afters.
Wow. Well, and you wonder, how does that happen? They can come out and kick a long field goal, but close up, they missed you.
In truth, at the end, it was a bad snap. But I think in that position, it's like a golfer. You start getting the yips, and it gets in your head.
Well, once it's in your head,
you can't get it out.
Then you are screwed. How about that accident over the weekend? It must have been on in Utica on Broad Street.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where was that one?
So
it was
at
over Broad Street and Bacon after 8 o'clock yesterday morning.
So it was after 8 a.m.? Wow. So somebody must have been flying.
It was a
One
female.
person was killed. The other person was...
Rushed to the
they were
hospital.
both ejected from the vehicle, I believe.
The male is dead. The female's in very bad
Shape
bad
at
the
Wynn.
Wynn.
Where was this? Broad Street and where?
Broad Street, and so right over in your area over there, right over by
Millgate and Wetmore Street.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So by I can't come up with the imports place.
Oh, Casa?
Casa Imports, right over, almost in front of there.
You know, that Broad Street is. I mean, if you're brave enough to drive a high rate of speed through the Apollo moon landing
you
zone.
hit. There are so many potholes.
Yeah, that slows you down.
Yeah, it's a little rough. Anyway, terrible accident, and I can only imagine that they must have been going pretty quickly. Do you have that story?
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's sad.
Yeah, well, people will say, well, it's so close to Thanksgiving. But is there ever a good time?
Exactly. Oh, this is the good day.
Yeah, there's just really never a good time.
Yeah.
I'm told, Davey, the app is down. Or maybe I'll tell you that, Megan. Tell that to you, Megan. The app is down. All right, so we have that coming up. Fair enough. When Andrew everybody has their duties.
Yeah.
And one person in the group is
hive.
All of a sudden everything is out of sync. And for Davey, it's all the pressure falls on Davey. So you can see him in there
Davey's
going
the rock.
a bit on the crazy side.
Hey, real quick, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
I'm working on the sheet. I got it. I'll have it.
Okay,
How
good.
about the bad accident on 49 on Saturday, early
There
Saturday,
was another one.
late
Yeah.
Friday night, early Saturday morning?
Yeah, I'm
Was-
Floyd.
And then
Was that the tractor trailer vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. A couple of really bad ones.
And Megan read one, on New Hartford on Genesee Street or something like that?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
multiple accidents, but
So I'm wondering, were these weather related?
No, the last one I think was.
the ones on Friday were weather related, but
Yeah.
those over the weekend were speed and impaired driving.
Yeah, that one Sunday morning was it had to be, and we haven't heard. And we'll see if we can speak with UPD today, but had to be high rate of speed. There was also a crazy story out of the area near Van Buren, New York, which is near Baldwinsville. I don't know if you saw this one, but a man came to, I believe, allegedly, all of it alleged, was going to rob, I believe, his brother's house. This has to be, can you imagine this Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I can imagine probably last Thanksgiving was tough, but this one is going to be really rough. A man was attempting to rob his brother's house on Button Shores Road when the father... So the father of both of them decided he was going to try to stop him. Yeah. He then beat his father repeatedly with a cane, allegedly, stole his truck, and drove away, dragging his father some 60 feet down the road and the driveway.
Well, it's good to keep it in the family.
26-year-old.
There are two types of people, Tim.
26-year-old Seth Shute, Shute, was arrested Thursday after an argument at his brother's house, according to Onondaga County Sheriff's deputies. His father, Randy Shute, told deputies and I wish I was a fly on the wall, his son had been stealing from the family recently. The father said he was told not to come to his brother's home. Randy Shute told his son to leave, and his son then became angry. After the argument, Shute ran towards his father and began beating him with a cane. He punched his father in the head about 8 times, the father said. While the father was on the ground, Seth Shute grabbed the keys to his father's truck and got in. Deputies said the father, Randy Shute, tried to pull his son out of the truck, but the vehicle started reversing. Randy Shute was then dragged some 60 feet by the back of the truck when he was on the ground, causing him to lose consciousness. And then the son was arrested.
There just seems to be an intriguing backstory to all of this.
I guess.
You know, I don't.
For
some reason, I suspect there's some.
That's why I'm saying I think
drugs or something like that. Allegedly.
Allegedly, several of Seth Shute's family members told deputies they've been concerned about his recent behavior and declining mental health. His father told police his son has been having issues with an energy drink addiction lately, which is making him psychotic. I can't imagine it's just.
I don't know. I think there's something else in that there drink.
Right, just the energy drink. I can't
He was
really.
drinking Logan Paul's Prime.
Wow. Anyway, it does. So you talk about, I wonder what this Thanksgiving will be like. I wonder what last Thanksgiving was like. But in all seriousness, these things happen in families today,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, and it doesn't matter who you are. It's stuff that is it and you wonder, I was driving along that Burstone Road section, and that one female that's always out there.
Oh, the one that's
begging for money. She looks almost
like, she's
dead.
on meth or something. Yeah.
Oh.
And if when you get on 12, there's an encampment down there by the railroad tracks.
Right.
They took it out a few weeks ago, but it's back.
It's back.
Yeah, they just build them right
back
back up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is, there's somebody's brother or sister or mother or father or whatever. These people didn't come from, another planet.
No, I mean it's very, very.
It's devastating.
It really is. All right, Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. Now, while we were all doing whatever we're doing, I will tell you, Sunday everybody seemed to be grocery shopping. I made one quick stop to the grocery store. Not smart. While we were doing all of that, President Trump's team was still at work with cabinet nominees and dealing with some of those nominees that are already out there. Ryan Schmelz, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. What do we know starting off the week here?
Well, we've made some announcements, including Marty McCarry, who's going to be the next FDA commissioner, somebody I know actually personally as his time as a Fox News contributor. So this is going to be a cabinet that's starting to shape out. But I think, probably some of the big positions we're still watching for: small business administrator, FBI director, and so some other ones like that too.
I think we're still reeling from the Gates exit.
Yeah. Well, are we, though? I think Republicans will say that they recovered relatively quickly.
Oh, very quickly, right?
Now they've got somebody who they think is not going to have such controversy attached to her, especially when it's such an important position. I think there's a lot of talk about, well, this is a mandate, right? Like, the voters selected Donald Trump overwhelmingly to lead. But then, some might argue, well, but we didn't sign up for Matt Gaetz to be the attorney general. And so, of course, that debate's been going on. But, I think right once Gaetz stepped aside and Pam Bondi became the nominee a couple hours after that, I think now Republicans have someone who they feel they can, number one, rally around both wings of the party, but also somebody who I think also fits maybe the mandate that Donald Trump was trying to push.
So here's the thing with her. Democrats will certainly argue policy, but you can't really argue eligibility. I think that's the way I would say it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yes. I think with her, it's there's 8 years as attorney general in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bipartisan things that she did when it comes to combating fentanyl addiction, combating cartels, and different drug lords. And so I think that's something that everyone can unite around. And certainly those are things that matter a lot to both sides of the aisle. But, I think there will be some things that will be controversial. I think that her efforts and her unity with Donald Trump when it came to contesting the 2020 election results will be an issue for a lot of Democrats.
Yeah.
It might be an issue for some Republicans, but I think as it stands right now, it's going to be hard to imagine her not being able to get at least 50 votes in the Senate.
Is there anybody at this point, is there anybody in trouble?
I think the ones who are Democrats before might be in trouble. Robert Kennedy Jr. as well as Tulsi Gabbard. I think that their voting records and also their past stances on certain issues might come up, and it's not been really talked about a lot right now, right? Where these are two individuals who were Democrats up until like the last 2 years. So is that going to come back to haunt them in some ways?
Well, go ahead.
And I think Linda McMahon, as education secretary, I think there's just not a lot about her policy positions that we know about right now. And, I think she is a more controversial figure than she was when she was the small business administrator, especially with how her husband's time at WWE came to an end. So does she have any ties to those issues with WWE? I think those are things that need to be brought up too.
Well, if you can't get enough of Matt Gaetz now, I guess he's available now on Cameo. If you,
he
if you
is. Did you? I could not believe this, but he is. Yeah. Well,
I believe George Sanders is also on Cameo.
Yes.
Maybe they'll give you a 2-for-1.
It's where all shamed politicians go to make money when they when they can't make money in Congress.
At least it's not OnlyFans.
That's a good point. That is a good point. We can look at it that way. All right, Ryan, thank you as always. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too, my friends. Thank you.
Thanks. Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. How about a story about a school bus driver in Colorado who got fired and could now face charges after dumping 40. I think this school bus driver had enough. It's not an easy job. However, if you were, I see school bus drivers who have complete control of their bus, and they do exist. When you're respected and you're tough and you don't leave any room for craziness, I think your bus is a well-run bus. If you're not, that could be hell on wheels. And apparently it was for this. It was for this bus driver who said, "Screw it. I'm dropping these 40 kids off, elementary students, by the way. I'm dropping them off right here at the wrong bus stop in the middle of." They've had some freezing cold weather in Colorado. He dropped 40 kids off at the wrong bus stop, even though the kids were saying to him, "No, we're not supposed to get off here. Get off." He was filling in for another driver and did not know the stops. Here are two of the elementary school passengers who were, I guess I'm not going to be able to play that yet, but I will play it coming up. They've interviewed two of the elementary school passengers, so you can only imagine. I'll get to that coming right up. A quick break, though, Davey, and we'll come back. It's Megan running from there. Are you trying to get a taste of our problems here with the clock?
I'm just soaking it in.
You're
yummy,
gonna love
yummy.
it. You're gonna love it. There will be no 30-second breaks, no 60-second breaks, none of that. We got to double up those. That's the problem. We have issues with corporate's clock. What is a clock? Let's not even get into it, but it's how the commercials
You always have issues with corporate.
It is an issue that I've had. But Tim, I've been here for 12 years. This is a shocker for most people. All right, quick break, and we'll come right back at WIBX.
I had a heart attack 27 years ago. In early March, I started having chest pain, and I knew this was not good.
I was rollerblading on the canal trail, and I hit something, and I landed on my arm. Ended up at Wynn Hospital.
I went to a regular doctor's appointment 38 weeks into my pregnancy. My blood pressure was elevated and I was 4 centimeters dilated. My doctor sent me to Wynn Hospital.
From labor and delivery to emergencies and cardiac care, Wynn Hospital has all the care you might need.
The doctor I had was great. The nurse I had was excellent. They did all the treatment right in the room. All around, it was a great experience.
All the doctors and the nurses treated me like an absolute king, and I was so glad to be at Wynn to get their absolutely first-class, fantastic treatments.
Throughout my entire stay there, through every shift change, from delivery to postpartum, everyone was amazing.
Wynn Hospital is committed to delivering exceptional care to every life we touch. We're all in for you. Hear more patient stories at mvhealthsystem.org.
Medicare Part D open enrollment is now through December 7th. It can be confusing to compare plan coverages, premiums, and deductibles all on your own. Looking for an easier way? Go to KinneyDrugs.com for a free online tool that helps you compare plans based on your specific prescriptions. Or call 844-653-5063 to compare plans and enroll right over the phone. Ask your Kinney pharmacist or visit KinneyDrugs.com.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Tim Reed. And then along comes Tim Reed. He's here today filling in for Andrew this morning. Good morning, Mr. Reed. Good morning. Oh, I see you're doing that. Man, Davey, you are running around like a chicken. Plug it into this side if you could.
What?
He's getting his steps in.
Set it right there. You can set it. Yeah. Oh, you're killing it. You are killing it. Oh, you're just going to leave it for...
The people on the YouTube must be so entertained by right now, whereas those who are
Rube
listening
Goldberg
on the app,
is alive and
the
well.
app is working. We got a couple of comments saying that the app is working for them. So those who are having app issues, just close it and relaunch it.
Davey, the phone is ringing. Get in there.
Poor Davey.
Did you want to hear from those elementary students who? I remember they were dropped off at the wrong stop, out in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure that some of these kids
They're still walking.
I'm sure they had cell phones. This day and age,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Elementary students. I think you get a cell phone on your first birthday today. Anyway, here are some of the elementary school passengers who were on the bus.
We got on the bus and there was a substitute and he wouldn't let us leave the school until we stopped talking. And he was skipping all the kids' stops. And we felt like when he was driving and missing our stops, like we were getting kidnapped. He stopped right here at this intersection and he said, "Everybody get off my bus." And then everybody was like stressing, like crying. And we forgot our jackets on the bus. Me and my little sister, we live like 2 miles away from here. We had like no idea what to do.
It's exactly what I thought. This guy had a meltdown.
Yeah.
This bus driver had a meltdown and said, "Get off my bus." And I mean, that kid didn't seem like, he or she, I'm not sure which at that age.
Seemed like a really well-spoken child.
Yeah, like, and it's not like the kids were wrestling in the aisles. They were talking. Nobody talking at my bus.
Oh my God, children talking! Stop the presses!
Oh boy. Well, that bus driver has been fired. No surprise there. A Baltimore restaurant owner was attacked after telling a couple of guys to stop urinating on his restaurant. Can you? I would find that to be
a reasonable request.
The two men then proceeded to attack the restaurant owner, Musad Otari. Here he is talking about what went down at his restaurant.
I see there's two gentlemen here. One of them trying to urinate on the corner. It's $500 ticket for him. And once he punched me, I grabbed him from his hoodie. We rolled on and I fall in between the two cars. He was on top of me, I was holding him. And then his other partner attacked my coworkers. I'm glad I'm okay.
In some cultures, if you grab someone by the hoodie...
I was wondering what that was at first. I
think that was hoodie.
I just hope the guy zipped up before they went into an attack mode.
Yeah. I think that's
He's very well spoken, though.
Very well spoken. I think it's a very reasonable request.
Yeah.
The first wedding chapel in a liquor store just opened in New Orleans.
Wow. New Orleans, not Vegas?
I'm not sure this is smart. It's called Chuck's Chapel, located inside a liquor store called Chuck's. For $500, you get married next to their grab-and-go cooler stocked with 40s.
Oh, my God.
And then do they have, when you sober up, they have the divorce court or whatever? Or?
You might need it.
They have a reverend for the annulment and everything like that.
Here are the newlyweds and the owner of Chuck's talking about what a great celebration their wedding actually was. Here we go.
Love to drink, and we figured it perfect when Vince came out and told us about it, and we said, yeah, let's do it.
Not no ordinary wedding. Not an ordinary wedding.
Anybody want to get married like that?
By the way, this is exactly the couple that I expected would have been married.
Yep.
To get their 40s.
What a great way to announce that you guys have problems.
In New Orleans.
About it, and we said, yeah, let's do it.
Not no ordinary wedding. Not an ordinary wedding.
Anybody want to get married like that? It's more than welcome right here, because it's awesome. We're all about love here. We're all about family. And New Orleans is the greatest city in the world. What better city in the world to get married in? You're welcome to get married at Chuck's.
Well, and he makes $500 every time he marries somebody. So that's a pretty good addition to his liquor store.
Yeah,
I would say. This is Thanksgiving week. So what does it mean for everybody? I'll start with Davey in there. You're getting organized now. Everything seems to be in much better shape for you.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, how much for Hobica's free money question today? There's only 3 days this week. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
$150.
$150. What will you do on Thanksgiving?
I'm going to my sister's house on Thursday to spend with my sister.
So is your sister the one who does the cooking?
My mom and my sister split it.
Okay. And what do you guys normally have for Thanksgiving?
Turkey,
Probably turkey,
mashed potatoes, stuffing.
Okay, the traditional.
Yeah. So Thursday I will go there, and then Thursday night I'm going to go over to a friend's house, and then Friday I'm not doing anything, and then Saturday my brother-in-law's got Santa Claus coming to the
that's
farm
a big event
on Dop Hill Road in Harlem Patton. So come on out.
That is open to the public, and he does it every year.
This is the second year.
This is the second. Well, this is every year, I guess. It's a new tradition, and. So exactly where is it and what time if people wanted to come out?
It's from 11 to 2. It's on Dop Hill Road in Harlem Patton.
Do they do rides of things? Or are you just meeting Santa? How does it work?
They're going to have a whole bunch of different activities. They're asking everyone who shows up to bring a canned good.
They're going to canned good item. Raise money for the food bank.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
But Santa's going to be there taking pictures. They got local fire department. Westernville's going to bring a couple fire trucks for the kids.
Okay, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It is Saturday from
11 to 2.
11 to 2, Dop Hill Road.
And I'll bring my Sharpie if anybody wants me to sign any autographs.
Okay, all right.
Of course.
Because you
But
know,
they're $500 each. He has to pay back Hobica.
being Davies, being Jimmy Fallon's closest ally, closest friend up here, that makes Davey a bit famous as well. It's a week. Can you believe we're coming up on a week from this Friday, and Jimmy Fallon will be in town. Tickets are still available if you go to romecapital.com, and I gotta tell you, I think since the election is over, he says he has all new material and he's ready to go. No one is safe, I think, is how he might have worded that.
Yeah, don't sit in the splash zone.
I'll get his words coming up here. And then Megan, you're from Connecticut. What do you guys do for Thanksgiving?
This time we are actually going out to a restaurant. It's this one little place in Massachusetts, and it's I should have looked up the name while you guys were chatting.
Is it the first time you're doing a restaurant trip? Because I think that is becoming more popular today.
We do it every other year, so we budgeted it out. It comes to like $70 a person, but if you think about it, no cooking, no hassling, no cleaning, and I could tell you, I don't know if your wife turns into a cleaning monster when people are coming over the house, but my mom, the devil horns come up, the tail starts swishing, and all that you need to do is give her a pitchfork, and we literally are in the 9th circle of hell because she thinks that people are going to look at the bathtub and judge us.
Well, I think that the best way to keep your house clean is to have a get-together, usually once a month, and people usually go nuts. Not everybody. I've been to places where they just don't care. And then Mr. Reed, what does the Reed family do for Thanksgiving?
So all my boys are home as we speak. You know, that's the one great thing about remote work. So probably one of them probably is working right now, and one's with his fiance, who's here. So we'll go to.
How were you able to get the fiance to not say this is where we're at?
Yeah.
This is our first year together. I need to spend it with my mom in Florida, so we will not have everybody home this year.
So we get her we're getting her for Thanksgiving, but we don't get her for Christmas.
For Christmas.
So,
okay.
And my middle
son. Got it.
So we have that. We're going Thanksgiving. We're going to my brother's girlfriend's house for Thanksgiving. But right after I'm done here, I have to go to the grocery store, and of course you have to have a turkey as well as eating it. At
Where are you going to get
houses.
yours? I got a great deal. I got a 19-pound turkey for $7.
What? Where?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to the rescue mission?
At Hannaford.
Hannaford, really?
I actually went to that place right down there, down there by Court Street, that grocery store.
Oh, the Bargain Grocer?
The Bargain Grocer.
That's good.
They have great deals there.
They do have great deals.
Anyway,
there.
that's not where I went. I went to Hannaford. They had, I think the special ended Saturday.
Of course.
Almost a 20-pound turkey. For $7.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so I took it home, put it in the freezer.
Was it store brand or was it like a Butterball?
No, it wasn't Butterball. It was like a regional.
It was still alive.
Brand. It was still alive.
He got it from the back of someone's car.
He got the one that Biden pardoned.
Oh yeah, they just had it on the TV. Their names are Peach and Blossom this year. The pardoned turkeys.
Bill got Blossom.
Yes, just I love the TV show back in the day. Plucking the feathers as we speak, and but $7.
I see Allison doing that.
$7 for a turkey is pretty good. So you have to buy a turkey today.
You have to buy a turkey today.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then because you'll have a turkey cooked at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you You got to have it.
You got to have it.
Fried or cooked?
We're cooking. Frying, I've always been intrigued by it, but then I watched those YouTube videos of the
house
place
going
on
up?
fire.
Yeah.
There's something about that makes me uneasy.
It is a very, supposedly it's very good.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one deep fried?
I haven't, but I mean, great American tradition, deep frying everything.
I guess. It's kind of a state fair tradition. I see the same things. There are several fires that I don't know if people do it in their home or they try to do it outside. I don't know what it is.
Well, you drop it frozen, right?
Frozen. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to make sure your bird is completely thawed. If it's not, that's when your aboom comes.
Listen, anything you put in, you have to make sure if you do any deep frying, you have to make sure everything is really dried too.
Yeah.
Because any water with the boiling oil is not good. So I have somebody that's telling me apparently there is, and we're going to have him come on to discuss this. But apparently there's been with RFK Jr. One of his claims is that everything we deep fry with, we use vegetable oil to deep fry, and it's vegetable oil that is causing all the problems. And he wants people to begin deep frying in beef oil.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of seed oils, right?
So all seed oils, yeah.
Is that the worm in his brain talking?
Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical. However, there is a local restaurateur who is switching over everything. He's switching over to beef oil.
How do you get oil from a cow?
Well,
it's all fat.
Yeah, it's
fat.
all the fat.
Yeah.
I'm still like,
Well, it's the same. Yeah, it's yeah. Let me go to Kathy. But again, everything's got to be dry. When you put that in the oil, if you have ice or anything like that, water, not good. It'll begin spattering all over the place. Hello, Kathy. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody. I wanted to call and wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And we're going out to Golden Corral in Syracuse.
Oh.
Ooh.
You're going to the Golden Corral for Thanksgiving.
She's going to get the king crab legs.
Wow,
They have everything in creation.
I've never been to the Golden Corral, but they say it's a real souped-up ponderosa.
Very good. And I had a friend stop by, and she's from North Carolina, and she says the Golden Corral down in North Carolina is twice the size as the one up there.
Oh, okay.
They have a ton of stuff. So, happy Thanksgiving.
All right, well, you won't have to worry about cooking if you're going to the Golden Corral.
Or cleaning.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Take
nice.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Kathy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, she's going to have a great time. You can also go to Thanksgiving at the White Castle. We don't have any of those around here, but apparently they're being mocked online for claiming its burgers make really good Thanksgiving stuffing. I normally don't see beef in turkey stuffing, but there are different. Like I have a veal stuffing that an Italian friend close to us gave us the recipe. Although I think she left some ingredients out. It is amazing. It has potatoes and it has your cubed bread stuffing type stuff, but it has veal in it. It's very good.
Isn't it usually pork?
Yep.
They use for
sausage.
Yeah, sausage.
Pork, sausage. They say beef. You can use their beef. People,
and then you'll have the oil afterwards too.
You'll have
to
it'll
go deep fry and make RFK Jr. happy.
It'll be a very oily stuffing. 33-year-old Missouri got arrested after he stole a shopping. I've got a ton of crazy stories today.
They're all coming out of the woodwork.
A 33-year-old guy in Missouri got arrested after he stole a shopping cart full of Red Bull from the grocery store and led cops on a high-speed chase.
Is that the guy who dragged his father?
Exactly.
Because he had an energy drink addiction.
They knew who he was because he's done this before. He's been caught shoplifting multiple times, and it's always Red Bull that he steals. He's facing charges for theft, fleeing, and driving on a revoked license. Again, I'm assuming it's what he puts in the Red Bull that is what makes the difference. Here's audio.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Okay, that's all I have, unfortunately.
Maybe he hopes that the 999th can will give him that wing.
I guess. Yeah. We saw that Chuck Woolery has died. Chuck Woolery, the host of Love Connection. I didn't know this, but he had a top 40 hit in 1968.
That's right.
We'll get to that. First, he's dead at the age of 83, young. He hosted several game shows, but he's very well known for hosting Love Connection from 1983 to 94. And if you recall, that was where I'm not sure that show would fly today.
No.
In the same way.
No.
And there was some sexual innuendo, a lot of it during that program. Here we go.
This is Francie. She's divorced and ready for marriage again. Which one of these men did she choose? Which one will our audience choose? Now, here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Woolery.
We've compiled a videotape library of hundreds of attractive and available single people. We select some of those singles and we show them 3 videotapes. They choose the one they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and they tell us what happened on their date. So to begin, let's meet a woman who says she's irresponsible and loves to be in love. Please welcome Francie Wallace. Francie.
I need something really romantic. Someone that smokes and drinks cigarettes.
Smokes and drinks cigarettes, good.
And drinks cocktails and can lift me.
Well, in 1983, that was sexy.
Yeah.
And then she got married at Chuck's.
And he also became, in later years, he became like a conservative talk show host.
Yeah.
He went very right.
Yeah.
Like he was way conspiracy theory out there. But he's been all over. In 1968, he actually started off as a musician. He was in a folk group called the Bordermen. Then later in a psychedelic pop duo called the Avant-Garde.
Avant-Gardes.
And you sent me a clip. They have had a top 40 hit called Naturally Stoned. Here is, and by the way, it's Chuck Woolery singing the lead on this. Here's audio.
They say grow up, put your mind on what you have to do. But I know I can never make it, baby, without you. I can get a good vibration when I put my mind on you alone. I can get a real sensation, feel like I'm naturally stoned. Naturally stoned.
Oh, there it is. That's Chuck Woolery and his big hit, Naturally Stoned. Were you?
That sounds like
you remember this as a kid.
I remember this song, but it does sound like, theme song for the Love Boat or something. It's like that kind of schmaltzy.
It does.
Whatever, but that's what was happening in the 60s.
It was a top 40 hit.
Yeah.
And Chuck Woolery is no longer with us. And even that Love Connection show was. It's just so, not only everybody had to be beautiful, and they really weren't. And it was almost like the dating. Well, there was the dating game, and then the Newlywed Show in the 60s and 70s. And even the Newlywed Show had some pretty risque.
They held up those signs and whatever.
And then this kind of amped it up a little bit for the 80s. All right, so you're telling me I need to. Well, I'm way over now, right?
If we go right now, we could still make it.
Okay,
Ever thought of adding an adjustable base to your queen bed at Mattress Express? Buy a Bed Tech adjustable base right now for $9.99 and get a $500 prepaid Visa card. You heard me right. You get half your money back in a prepaid Visa card. Shop Mattress Express.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
It's the official kickoff to Black Friday. The 2025 Seize the Deal golf cart is on sale now. Swing into golf savings at 15 of the area's top courses for $75 with the Town Square 2025 Seize the Deal golf cart. That's right, $75 gets you 15 rounds of golf. Some courses include Valley View, Twin Ponds, Pine Hills, Sequoia Knolls, and more. There are a limited number of cards available, so don't delay. Get your $75 Seize the Deal golf card at seizethedeal.com.
What the?
Whoa, what's wrong?
I'm sick and tired of these high energy bills every
month.
First off, keep it clean. Second, let's give City Suburban a call and see what they can do for us about install.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
The fighting may soon stop in Lebanon. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Israel's ambassador to the U.S. says a ceasefire deal with Iran-backed Hezbollah militants could be just days away to end fighting that's included deadly rocket fire into Israel and Israeli airstrikes that have killed numerous Hezbollah leaders.
Israeli media outlets are reporting Israel has tentatively agreed to a U.S.-backed proposal. According to reports, not all issues have been resolved, but Jerusalem has approved the main principles of the truce.
That's Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. 3 arrests have been made in the United Arab Emirates in what Israel has condemned as an act of anti-Semitic terror. The killing of an ultra-Orthodox rabbi, Zavi Kogan, who went missing last week in Dubai. All 3 taken into custody in his death are Uzbek nationals. President-elect Trump's picked to be the next national security advisor, Republican Congressman Michael Waltz, tells Fox News Sunday they'll focus on punishing adversaries who take hostages and stopping Russia's war in Ukraine.
We need to bring this to a responsible end. We need to restore deterrence, restore peace, and get ahead of this escalation ladder rather than responding to it.
This after Russia launched a new type of missile last week, days after Ukraine for the first time used American-provided long-range missiles to fire deeper inside Russia. A Boeing cargo plane being used for shipping giant DHL crashed this morning.
It skidded into a house after crashing a mile short of the airport at Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. Security camera footage shows the aircraft descending rapidly out of sight before a fireball fills the night sky. 12 people on the ground were taken to safety. At least 1 member of the flight crew was killed.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Some Americans will get a head start today on what's expected to be record Thanksgiving travel. About 80 million people going somewhere for the holiday. And this morning, President Biden will carry out a pre-Thanksgiving tradition, pardoning 2 turkeys at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
President-elect Trump has chosen his cabinet for a second administration, but those nominees need Senate confirmation. And some face a lot of scrutiny, especially from Democrats, including former Fox News host Pete Hegseth, the Trump pick for defense secretary.
Hegseth has publicly said he does not favor men and women serving together in combat. Minnesota Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar pointed out on ABC's This Week.
18% of our military is made up of women when that is how we made our recruiting goals last year.
Illinois Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth, a veteran wounded in combat, said on CBS Face the Nation Hegseth did serve and lead platoons, but
he never even commanded a company, and so this is a man who is inordinately unqualified for the position.
Hegseth did say women have a place in the military, but not in special operations and armor units. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Stocks could surge to start a holiday-shortened week. Dow futures up about 300 points. That's after Friday's record-high Dow close. On Sunday Night Football, Saquon Barkley ran into the history books, setting a new Eagles one-game rushing record.
And he's got it, and he's got more, and he's gonna go all the way. What a night, what a season, what a player.
Barkley ran for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns, leading Philadelphia past the LA Rams 37-20 on NBC. The Eagles improved to 9-2. 2 other NFL teams also won and have even better records.
Is the Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl inevitable? On Sunday, the Lions routed the Colts 24-6 while the Chiefs got a field goal on the final play to clip Carolina 30-27. Detroit 10-1 for the first time since 1934. Kansas City 10-1 for the first time since 2020.
Fox's Tim McMaster. Minnesota also beat Chicago in overtime. Washington and Houston missed kicks that would have tied their games late, so the Commanders lost to Dallas. The Texans fell to Tennessee. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. It's 7:05 and a balmy 30 degrees here in Marcy under clear skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Your news is brought to you by City Suburban. Call City Suburban today at 315-853-3899 or log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today. Police will be out in full force over the next few days to crack down on impaired and reckless drivers during the busy holiday travel season. This is part of the ongoing Stop DWI initiative, a special enforcement effort where police departments statewide ramp up patrols. The High Visibility campaign starts Wednesday, November 27th, and will run through Sunday, December 1st. This campaign is implemented around the holidays like St. Patrick's and Memorial Day to prevent accidents caused by impaired drivers. Local authorities say residents should either plan on having a designated driver or call a rideshare in case of impairment. One person is dead and another was rushed to Wynn Hospital for emergency care following a serious accident in Utica. Authorities say officers in the fire department responded to the Bacon Street intersection. Utica police say one person was pronounced dead at the scene while the other was rushed to the hospital. Authorities closed Broad Street between Millgate and West Wetmore Street to investigate. No further details have been released at this time. A new poll shows most voters approve of the job President-elect Trump is doing as he prepares to take office. The CBS poll released Sunday found nearly 60% of voters saying they approve of Trump's handling of his presidential transition at this point. 41% said they don't approve. Overall, nearly a third of Americans say they are happy Trump was elected. 41% of Republicans expressed optimism about his presidency, while just 11% of Democrats felt the same. And Macy's is getting ready for the 98th annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. There are 22 giant character balloons. Several new ones this year include Disney's Minnie Mouse and Marshall from Paw Patrol. There are 34 floats, including a handful of new ones like Wondrous World of Wildlife and Dora's Fantastical Rainforest. Some of the performers this year include Chloe and Dina Menzel and The Temptations. There will also be numerous clowns and high school and college marching bands. The parade kicks off at 8:30 local time on Thanksgiving morning. About 3.5 million spectators are expected to gather. Again, it is 7:07.
Did you see the Temptations are going to be?
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
there's no Temptations.
Smokey will be there, but actually, I believe it's Cloudy that's going to be performing. Cloudy Robinson. It's his great-great-grandson. Yeah, can you imagine what the Temptations look like today?
No, it's a... You know, when all the original ones are gone,
I know
it's a tribute.
Listen, the Beach Boys still have 2 semi-original members. I believe it's 2.
Semi-original.
Well, one who is and one who kind of was on tour with him and then later joined.
In and out.
Even that is, it's a really good band. They have the Beach Boys have a really good band, but that ain't the Beach Boys.
It's like Leonard Skinner, the last surviving Leonard Skinner player died, I think this year.
Yeah.
You can't. How can you go out and say you're Leonard Skinner?
I saw him like 7 years ago. Even then, I was saying the same thing. It's hard to.
So you're basically saying if Ringo and Paul McCartney get back together, they'll have more original members in the Beatles than any of the current bands of their time?
They would not be the Beatles. You couldn't say they're the Beatles, right?
No.
I mean,
if you can say that's the Temptations, I guess that's the Beatles.
At some point, the Beatles will be touring.
The Beatles Light.
And it'll be, right. So even if, in my opinion, when Harrison was still alive,
right?
If one of Lennon's kids, like Sean, was it Sean? Lennon, who's the one that Julian? If Julian were to join in and do a tour,
and Harrison's son plays that.
He does play, yeah.
So,
but I'm saying even before Harrison had died, I would still not call that the Beatles.
No.
The only way the day the Beatles chance of the day John Lennon died, it was all over.
Yep.
Yeah. No doubt. And I think that came out of the mouths of a lot of people It's like now there's no chance they're ever getting back together again. So, okay, I'm sorry. The Temptations thing caught my attention. What will the weather be like?
The weather's going to be like, well, your weather is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica, Commercial Drive, Yorkville. Mostly sunny with a high of 43 today. Showers tonight, low of 35. Rainy tomorrow with a high around 50 degrees. And Wednesday, a chance of snow and rain, high around 44. That's your Weather Center forecast on WIBX. And now coming up are your sports, which are brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net.
All right, we're going to let this bed. There we go. Now they're both playing at the same time. Just start the sports. Just go ahead. I'll bring it in.
We need another cup of coffee.
You're
That's
doing
what's going
well.
on.
You are. Listen.
I'm crushing it, Bill.
You're killing it. You are killing it. And that's a positive description.
You know what
All
else? Who else is killing it? The Tampa Bay Bucks over the Giants. Their losing streak is up to 6 games. 30-7 at MetLife Stadium.
I cannot believe I called this. This is going to be an exciting game to watch. Boy, was I off.
Poor Manaski's on suicide watch.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, it was bad.
New York is now last in the NFC East at 2-9. They visit the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Aaron Rodgers may be banged up, but that won't be stopping him from playing. According to the NFL Network, Rodgers has resisted undergoing medical scans to assess the severity of his injuries this season. In fear of being benched, he's played through knee swelling, an ankle sprain, a hamstring issue this season, and New York is third in the AFC East at 3-8. Thank God we have the Buffalo Bills to not make us look like a complete fool.
Well, listen, don't jinx it, because
oh God!
anything
Somebody
could
find me
happen.
wood to knock on right now. Okay, I'll use my head.
This
there we
is
go.
not wood. Yeah.
And Syracuse has won back-to-back games after topping UConn 31-24 in football. The 8-3 Orange wrap up the regular season Saturday afternoon against Miami. And in basketball, they dropped back-to-back games. The Orange are 3-2 and will host Cornell Wednesday night.
Davey, those games were close. The obviously the consolation game the other night, it was close. This team just doesn't have the ability. Number one, they can't hit three-pointers, and they cannot score from the free throw line.
Yeah, the foul shots is the biggest
Bad.
thing.
I mean, I think I would spend the next 5 days, no Thanksgiving for you. You're just shooting free throws from the line because it's bad.
So I was with somebody over. I was hanging out with somebody on Saturday. We both know who it was. I was hanging out with Scott. On
Okay,
Saturday.
all right. I'm glad you revealed.
So we were discussing Syracuse's next two opponents. So Wednesday night they play Cornell, and then after next Tuesday they do the SEC ACC Challenge. They face a good Tennessee schedule, and the guy walked by that heard us. He said Syracuse is going to get crushed by 35 to Tennessee, which I think they are.
Well, I got to say, Tim you have an interesting theory on Syracuse basketball this year.
Yeah.
And that is that they're going to lose games that you would expect them to win.
Right.
But where this team does have ability, they just aren't clicking.
Exactly.
And all it takes is one night to click, and they could play with a top 25 team.
I mean, it's kind of young. Yeah. That's the other thing is with these teams now today, any given year, you've got an entirely, completely
New
different team because of the transfer portal and
look at
all
what
this NIL
Syracuse is
money.
going to be next year. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on this Carmelo Anthony's kid, but the team as a whole looks like it's pretty solid next year.
They got 4 highly recruited recruits coming in next year.
Yeah, so this could be something.
And one of them's a big guy from Germany that's coming in.
We have an announcement we're going to do with our organization, Tim and I. Real Men Get Tested.
Yep.
We're going to get to that coming up in a little bit. And I've heard of many cases where we are hearing the importance of getting tested and detecting the cancer early.
Yep.
So far, I'm like 2 for 2 on getting it early enough. I hope there's no 3 in there, personally.
Yeah.
But I'm 2 for 2 right now. Getting it detected early is what allows doctors to be able to save your life.
I have a family member who's pretty long in regards to the testing, and just had very good friends who got a hold of me who's tested positive for prostate cancer.
Who was the actor just recently who came out and said that he had tested positive he went on the Today Show for colon cancer?
Oh, wasn't it Dave Coulier?
It was.
From Full House, Joey?
Stage 3.
And he said exactly what we have been talking about. He said don't ignore. It sounds like he was ignoring symptoms.
Yeah.
Symptoms. You excuse them away. It's a bad diet. It's whatever.
Right.
Don't do that. Go get tested. Get your colonoscopies done.
And there's a very
the PSA test is a simple blood test.
And for those that don't want to do a colonoscopy or whatever it is, they have those Cologuards or whatever it is. I mean, just do something, because here's the thing. There's a very, very, very good chance when you test yourself, you're going to end up being negative, right?
Right.
You're not going to have it. The freedom of feeling that, of getting rid of that fear is just, it's exhilarating. So
it is.
Yep.
Completely get it. All right, stand by. I got a bunch to get to here, and we have a special guest coming in studio as well. Hobica's free money question this morning is worth $150 on WIBX.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
It's back, our wish list savings event at Steve Ponte Lincoln. Hi, Steve Cater here. Now, 2024 Lincoln Navigators have 0% 60-month or 1.9% 72-month financing. 2024 Lincoln Corsair has 2.9% for 60 months plus a $1,000 rebate. Also, ask about huge savings on our 2024 Nautilus demos. Save thousands. Stop down and see why it's always easy to do business with Steve Ponte Lincoln, Commercial Drive, Yorkville.
For qualified buyers through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
You'll find no shortage of work to do in a New Holland Workmaster or Boomer compact tractor. Available now at Clinton Tractor. Get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days, or choose cash back on these 24 to 55 horsepower compact and subcompact tractors. Stop into Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Offer ends soon.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
What the?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's wrong?
I'm sick and tired of these high energy bills every month.
First off, keep it clean. Second, let's give City Suburban a call and see what they can do for us about installing a new high-efficient heat pump system. We can discuss installation pricing and any available New York State clean heat rebates.
Take the first step towards a cleaner and more cost-effective, cleaner future. Log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today.
Yeah, now you're talking.
I said keep it clean.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
All right, I have a few comments here. And Matt and Harlem Patton thanking us for the plugs. He says, I have free giveaways, and those for those people who bring a non-perishable item. This is from 11 a.m. until 2?
Yes.
On Saturday, on the, see if I can remember, on Polk Hill Road.
No.
Let me guess again. It's Snowden Hill Road. Snow Hill Road. That's Steam Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road.
Snowden Road.
There we go. That's it.
No.
Snowden Hill.
No.
What is it?
Dop Hill Road.
Dop Hill Road. All right. You're right. It is. I mean, you would know. He is your brother-in-law. Anyway, Santa will be there, and it's this Saturday on Dop Hill Road, 11 till 2. App is working for me, says Matt and Clinton. And then some John in Deerfield says there was an accident in Rome on Erie Boulevard yesterday at around 5:30. Many police and ambulances, that sort of thing. On YouTube, some comments this morning. Mr. Nice Guy says, good morning to everybody. And Deeds says, stay classy, Kathy. Stay classy. Kathy is going to be enjoying an amazing Thanksgiving dinner. And I don't blame her. I mean, there's no cleaning. There's no cooking.
Eat as much as you want.
But
I'm assuming they have a buffet like Ponderosa did.
But was she saying there was a relative that said that the one down south is twice as big? So that must be the Golden Ranch or the Corral.
It must
the
be.
Golden Rodeo.
Golden Rodeo. It's Yellowstone.
Although we have to say, Kathy is wear stretchy pants.
Yeah.
And Megan, do you mind if I read some of the sexist comments here?
Uh-oh.
Why not?
Lance from Lee?
Timothy Toolman says, who's the ginger with the white earmuffs?
Yeah.
Those are white headphones.
Me.
And then Larry, Megan looking good today. So they're all about you, Megan.
Chuck Woolery is going to do this show.
That's right. That's exactly it. Nobody ever says that to me.
I know.
One of the things Steve Spurbeck is coming in a little bit. One of the things we will talk about this morning is this electric mandate, which I think is still in play right now. It's scheduled to go into effect for the rest at the end of the year. So it would mean that a place like Utica Mac, in order to sell a tractor trailer, a Mack truck that is gas fueled, they need to sell an electric one first.
Right.
If they don't sell an electric one, they can't sell a gas. So what's going to end up happening is all of these truck drivers, these trucking companies are just going to go out of New York State to buy.
Right, because that's what he said, that what happens is that his customer base, if they're domiciled in New York, they have to live under that rule that their first vehicle they buy is an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
It is. So the problem really is that we just don't have the infrastructure for it right now. And while I do believe it's probably a part of our future, I mean, I really enjoy using a hybrid, but I would never have an electric vehicle because I would have to be charging all the time. And at least I know I can fill up with gas when the battery's gone. And I will tell you, battery performance in the cold is different than battery performance in the summertime.
Oh, absolutely. They say it goes down by like 30%.
Significantly. And there are some times that I'll be looking at, even with my vehicle, which I love, sometimes I'm looking at it,
it's a sharp-looking car.
My battery is half full, and all of a sudden it, for some reason, switches over to the engine. Yeah. And I don't know why. Maybe I could switch it back. I don't know how. But it is nice to know, though, if I were to run out of gas, I still have an electric charge and could drive to a gas station.
You know, I was thinking about this, is that, you know, when we were back 150, 200 years ago or whatever it is, when horses were the primary mode of transportation.
You know, there was a little argument like this back then.
Yeah, so
Horse versus
it wasn't like,
well, versus
it wasn't like, okay,
Model T Ford.
no more horses. Everyone has to buy an internal combustion engine.
Yes.
It didn't work like that.
Right.
It was a gradual. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
I mean, it was evolutionary, not revolutionary.
Was natural. It was, you allowed the market to make the change, right. And it did. Nobody ever, think about it, in the 70s, nobody said you can't own an 8-track anymore. You got to buy a cassette tape. Nobody said that. Nobody said you have to buy a CD. It just happened the way the market worked. It's a free economy, and if we allowed that to occur, it would all work seamlessly. But we are not today politically, especially in New York. We want to beat California, I guess. Right. I don't know why. And if you look at some of the problems they have,
and yet we cannot even produce the electricity for it. We've not got the transmission for it. There's so many problems that are just right in front of our face.
Yeah.
And yet we have this idea or whatever it is.
It's the idealism that it's just going to magically work out. Yeah. National Grid has put in double-digit rate hikes. The infrastructure, like you said, the energy infrastructure. What's going to happen if we lose power for several days? I grew up in a place where we were first to lose power and last to get it back. And sometimes people go to their cars to warm up out of necessity. Yep. But what happens if A, you can't charge your car, B, you can't get anywhere to charge it, and C, how is our infrastructure, the electric grid, going to carry these cars? But there was also, I saw in the New York Times, it looks like Donald Trump and the Republicans in Congress might have something cooking that could throw a wrench in Hochul's plans, because they're planning to eliminate the $7,500 federal tax credit, making EVs more expensive for people to buy.
I'm wondering what Elon Musk is thinking about that.
He actually, you know what though? He actually is for that, because I mean, what his fear is the Chinese EV vehicle industry is so far ahead. They're 10 years ahead of us.
Yep.
They're going to dump, and so he's willing to take on the damage of that in regards to holding that back.
Have you met anybody that's bought one of those boxy looking
Cybertruck
Terminator type vehicles? I don't know anybody that would want to. Well, there are some people, because I actually saw one on the road recently, and they had like 6 or 7 up at the Turning Stone for a while that were, I think, for sale.
Yeah.
But you know, somebody's buying these things. Jack in Rome. Good morning, Jack. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Did you hear anything on that 49 accident Saturday?
What do you have on it right now, Megan?
This was it closed off from Rome to Risk all the way to Utica.
Was this the tractor-trailer car accident?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it was the tractor-trailer one, yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was the person who was driving it, the car, van, or whatever, Jack, was going in the wrong direction on 49, and a Oneida County sheriff was going toward Utica, spun around, put its lights on.
Tried to pull him over, and save the truck driver, pull him out of the fire, and the car was badly burnt already. They're going to have to send it to Onondaga County coroner to identify if it was a female or a male, so they don't know.
And I'm wondering, as long as we're talking about electric vehicles, so I have a vehicle that has, even though I have an engine, I also have a big battery. So if there's a fire, you want to get out of that car.
Yeah.
Fast, I would assume.
And a lot of these...
It's the fumes that get you first.
It's the fumes?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I got to get out of the vehicle and not breathe.
Yeah. A lot of these fire departments deal with that.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this, that I was using a pretty high-powered leaf blower around my pool area, and I fell in, and I took the leaf blower in with me.
Please tell me someone was recording.
You're like the turkey in the deep fryer.
That could have gotten you the $10,000 on America's Funniest Home Videos.
I got to tell you, I got a shock. There was a shock, and then the thing just stopped. But had that battery leaked, if there was a leak in that battery, I don't know how that thing didn't explode, because it'll explode.
Yeah.
Water is not a friend of those batteries, those lithium batteries.
You're very lucky, Bill. Sounds terrifying, but
It was
hilarious
a hard,
at the same time.
I'm going to tell you, it was a hard fall. And you know what the fall? It wasn't the fall that gets you. It's the once you're falling, the trying to stop yourself from falling.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't work.
There's where your injury comes in. Yeah. All right, Jack. We'll ask. We're going to ask Steve Spurbeck. He's from ERL Intermodal, and Steve is coming in today because of Real Men Get Tested. But he has a trucking company, and he knows all about this. And there are real problems facing trucking companies and manufacturers like Mack Truck and Utica Mack dealers.
It's not going to be just the trucking companies, the school bus companies. They're going to have electric buses, and you got 66 kids on a bus. How are you going to get them off that bus that quick?
Well, I don't know about the fire, but there's no way we just don't. We will not have an infrastructure that can handle this. We're just not even close to ready. Yeah. All right, Jack. Thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, thanks. Speaking of having a birthday, I try to avoid the birthdays because you just get another year older. Do you really? But it's almost like a clock goes off in your body. It's like, okay, you turn 50, boom. These things, this checklist of items, they'll now go wrong with you. You turn 60, and it's like, I swear to God, just getting out of bed, I pulled myself, turned the wrong way, and I'm having one of those spasms in my back where every time I go in to breathe deep, I get a sharp pain. So if you notice me wheezing a little bit, it's because
is that why I came in with Davey walking on your back this morning?
Yeah. We have a history of my first week here was a back problem that was really bad. And Manansky thought it would be a good idea to bring in an inversion table, which put me in the ER.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
I remember that.
Oh, boy. Actually, you came in that day.
I came in. I walked in, and you're lying on the ground.
I was on the floor. I couldn't even stand up.
And Manansky thought for sure that this was like a setup for workman's comp.
He thought this was a big scam.
Yeah.
When did this happen? How many years ago?
This was 2012.
Yeah.
Whenever I started, 2011, was it 11, Davey? I think so. I got a break. Coming up, we'll do Hobica's free money question of the day. It is worth $150. Megan will have an update, though. First, we'll do that next on WIBX.
Black Friday is on at Mattress Express. Take 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. Save up to $1,000 on select Purple sets, $500 on Tempur-Pedic, $400 on Sealy, and $1,350 on Puffy. Shop nowhere else.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. Hey, you can even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines, or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
It's back, our wish list savings event at Steve Ponte Lincoln. Hi, Steve Keeler here. Now, 2024 Lincoln Navigators have 0% 60-month or 1.9% 72-month financing. 2024 Lincoln Corsair has 2.9% for 60 months plus a $1,000 rebate. Also, ask about huge savings on our 2024 Nautilus demos. Save thousands. Stop down and see why it's always easy to do business with Steve Ponte Lincoln, Commercial Drive, Yorkville.
For qualified buyers through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo, Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. I'm really excited to introduce more fantastic new businesses that have recently become a part of our thriving community. Be sure to support our new businesses and our local economy.
Manja Macrina, 470 French Road, Utica. T3 Building and Restoration. T3BuildingLLC.com.
Please join the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce in welcoming these new businesses. Here we grow again.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Good morning. It is 7:34. Still 30 degrees outside in downtown Marcy. If you have an automatic car starter, you might want to use it. The seats are a little chilly. Your news is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica, Commercial Drive, Yorkville. One person is dead following a fatal accident in Floyd. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office said the incident happened Friday night when a deputy witnessed a Ford Explorer nearly strike a vehicle in front of him on Route 49 in Whitestown. The deputy tried to stop the vehicle, but it continued until it struck a tree driven by 64-year-old Frank Hummel of West Virginia, and both vehicles caught fire. The deputy was able to free Hummel, but not the driver of the Explorer before the fire overwhelmed both cars. The driver of the Explorer died as a result of the accident, and their identity is being withheld by the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office. Anyone with information is asked to call 315-765-2725. New Hartford police arrested a man accused of illegally entering an unoccupied home and squatting. A local realtor called police on November 21st when attempting to show a home on Seneca Turnpike, but found evidence of forced entry. Officers determined someone had broken into the home and had been living in it. The suspect was identified as 56-year-old Michael Sprague, and he was charged with criminal trespass. The arrest happened to be Sprague's second within a month. He was charged with criminal mischief for allegedly slashing the tires of several vehicles at the Applewood community. Sprague was released on an appearance ticket and is due back in court in December. Police will be out in full force to crack down on impaired and reckless drivers during the busy holiday travel season. This is part of the ongoing Stop DWI initiative, a special enforcement effort where police departments statewide ramp up patrols. The High Visibility campaign starts Wednesday, November 27th, and will run through Sunday, December 1st. This campaign is implemented around the holidays like St. Patrick's and Memorial Day to prevent accidents caused by impaired drivers. Local authorities say residents should either plan on having a designated driver or call a rideshare in case of impairment. And forecasters are saying Thanksgiving travel could be messy this year because of the weather. AAA says 80 million Americans are expected to travel at least 50 miles from their homes over the holidays, and some travelers will be heading into rainy weather and heavy snow. AccuWeather says travelers on the eastern U.S. should be prepared for delays due to strong winds across the region. From the northeast to the Great Lakes, rain and snow could be mixed in with some of the coldest weather of the year so far. Forecasters in New York say there could be rain during Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It is 7:37, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. Your Weather Center forecast is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica, Commercial Drive, Yorkville.
Mix of clouds and sunshine for us here today, 43 this afternoon. Rain overnight tonight, mid-30s. It'll be breezy to windy at times Tuesday with scattered mainly morning showers, highs upper 40s. Mix of clouds and sunshine Wednesday, slight chance for a rain or snow shower, highs low to mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, we are currently, what is your temperature right now? What do you have?
30 degrees.
30 degrees is where we are right now. Let's do Davey Hobeika's free money question of the day. Can we take caller number 2 right now at 315-736-0186? Caller 2 right now. It's your chance to win $150, says Davey. Also this morning, we're going to be giving you a chance to win Broadway theater tickets. Broadway Utica is giving away a pair of tickets today for the show The Kingdom Choir. London's The Kingdom Choir first attracted the world's attention when they performed their show-stopping performance of Stand By Me in front of a worldwide television audience of overt at the royal wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I don't know if you were glued to the TV like my wife was, but she was. Since the infamous date, the choir's joy and spirit has been unmatched by anyone else. They've taken their show all around the country, New York, Montreal, Toronto, and now Utica. So
they've hit the big time.
We have a pair of those tickets to give away coming up in a little bit. Is Scott? No. Do you want me to take Scott? I don't know what he's doing in here.
I think he's getting his Hobica guy.
Okay, tell me what I'm doing. I don't know. You're giving me hand signals.
The winner is on 2, Dale.
That's Dale. Hi, Dale. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. All
right. Were you working today? You out today?
I'm working. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know the rules. You'll have 7 seconds. Do you know how to run this?
The Hobica?
Okay.
Yes.
Dale, we're disintegrating right now as a radio show. Okay. You know what you're doing, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I hit the clock as soon as you ask the question.
Just checking. All right, Dale. So there'll be a timer. You're going to have 7 seconds to answer. And I'm assuming you're ready to go right now.
I'm ready. Yep.
Here's your question. Were you a big Elvis fan?
No, not really.
No. Well, it's not going to help you. Although it really has nothing to do with this question. Elvis's backup group was the Jordanaires. That was big. Here's your question. Which group backed up Ray Charles? Ready, go.
Ooh, I have no clue.
Yeah.
The Supremes.
Was it the Supremes? That was a fair guess. Do you know the answer to this one?
It was the
Rayettes. The
Rayettes, yeah.
The Rayettes.
Okay.
Ray Charles and the Rayettes. Yep. I can't stop loving you.
It wasn't the Temptations.
It wasn't the Temptations.
You'll see them at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
See, it all works around.
We are going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card that's good at any of the Comets properties, including Nexus and the Adirondack Bank Center. Davey's going to hook you up, so stand by, Dale. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil. Have a good Thanksgiving.
All right, you do the same. Thank you. That is Dale. In the studio right now is Steve Spurbeck. Steven, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
How you doing?
Tim?
Good.
So this is Megan.
Nice to meet you.
You know Tim. And let's get the formal stuff out of the way because you have something as well that you want to talk about.
Sure.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with Real Men Get Tested, which is one of the reasons, the real reason you're here this morning. I'll let you take it here, Tim.
Well,
I'm sorry, Steve. Sorry.
Well, Bill,
it is disintegrating.
I got a lot of stuff going on at once. I can't keep it all straight.
Well, you know, every year we donate to your holiday campaign.
Yes, we appreciate that.
And last week you were saying that this year's campaign is going to go to Real Men Get Tested. Our EOL family was got some bad news last week. Well, bad news and good news. One of our employees got diagnosed with colorectal cancer. So
it's a terrible.
He's got a good treatment. You know, of course, you heard the word cancer, and you get, it's a big change. But he's got a good plan. It's stage 1, very treatable. 6 months and should be back to normal. So I thought it was a good time for this year.
Stage 1, by the way, that might mean surgery. It did with me. I turned out to be stage 1, but no, I did not require radiation or chemotherapy.
So he's
huge.
He's going to be going through 5 weeks of radiation.
Oh, he is. Okay.
And then maybe some follow up with chemo, but should be after.
So no operation though.
As of right now, no.
Okay.
No. So thank God they found it early, and him and his family can hopefully have a normal life after this. Only 50 years old.
It's crazy, right?
Been trying to get in for a colonoscopy, but that's one thing. Your listeners should really, you got to plan ahead for those. They're booked up 6-7 months in advance. So.
If you go to your doctor, this I've seen happen at least 3 times. If you go to your doctor and say, I have symptoms, they'll speed it up for you. Versus the person who's just getting a normal check, tell them you gotta communicate that to your doctor and say, is there any way you can speed this up? Because that 6 months that you wait for a colonoscopy could be all the difference in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't really have any symptoms except lack of bowel movements. And thank God because that's the way they found it.
Wow.
So, so we would like to donate $500 this year to Real Men Get Tested. Usually I like to drive up the electric truck, bid.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
In lieu of that, this year we'll donate that $500 to Real Men Get Tested in honor of our employee, and hopefully it can help somebody else out.
Well, that's awesome. Wow. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And for those that wonder or don't know, Real Men Get Tested is the group that Tim and I started, which does only one thing. It just promotes the importance, especially with guys, to get out there and get tested.
Yep.
Guys tend to procrastinate.
So I haven't even talked to my wife about this. She's going to kill me.
Well, I thought you were going to. So you don't have to do anything. But
I procrastinated.
But I thought you were going to do your brother thing first.
Oh, you want me to do the brother thing?
Yeah, and then you can hold whatever you're going to do.
No, I will. I'll do it. I don't care.
I don't want
what
to
the hell.
You in trouble.
She's listening. The inevitable.
She already,
She is listening right now.
She's lived with this for a long time, so it's fine.
Okay.
So my brother thing is, my brother is going to buy 4 tickets for Jimmy Fallon, the best seats that are available in regards to it, and if somebody's willing to bid on those or whatever, he'll do that, and then whatever the proceeds are will go to Real Men. And I don't know if Jimmy will do something for us or whatever it is.
Yeah, we'll set up a little meet and greet.
Sweeten the pot.
Sweeten it up.
So and
a little backstage before show meet and greet.
And then you'll have to run that through Davey, obviously.
Yes.
So then
he's shaking his head. I think it's okay. Yeah.
That's his bouncer.
And then I'll match what Steve's doing. So
nice.
I'll do $500. So,
awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
And let's get some other trucking companies out there. Let's see who else can match this, and let's really get this rolling.
And so you know that our organization, Real Men Get Tested, is a pretty large organization. I mean, I would compare our size to maybe Red Cross or something like that. We would be a little tiny speck.
Yeah.
How many employees do we have at Real Men Get Tested?
I think the number is 0.
0. What cut do we take of any of this, Tim?
I think it's with this $500. I'm way less than 0.
For you, it's
nothing.
You're going in the other direction.
Yeah.
And I do all the TV and radio production for free, and the Community Foundation does an incredible job of allowing small organizations like ours operate without having to have attorneys and 501c3 and all of that. It is a 501c3, so it's all tax deductible.
Right.
But it's through their program that they do with the Community Foundation.
So I was laughing, thinking I was listening to Frank Stiller talking about Tunnel to Towers and he's saying, "Well, we're 95.6% go to the program." We're 100%. 100%.
Yes.
That's all we.
No question.
And somehow people think that we've got no grants. We've got all we have is Bill's and my good looks. So
we tried.
We haven't got much working for us.
We tried the grant thing, and then we realized how much work went into trying to get a grant.
Yeah.
And we're like, I don't think we're going to do that.
We stick our hands enough into the meat grinder. We figure it out. So
all right. So Steve, thank you, and Tim, thank you.
Yeah.
The reality is we know that every time we do a campaign, someone comes back and says, you kept saying it over and over again, and I did get tested, and I found something, and I think it really saved my life. So that, even if it's just one person, and it will be more than one, but even just one is a pretty big deal.
I found an email from years ago, or whatever, from someone, and it was so incredibly touching. And the thing is, these are people that Bill and I don't even know oftentimes. Yeah. And so, what a gift that is for some person that you've had the ability to touch. So Steve, what you've always done in regards to our community, I think it's an incredible loss for us, you going down south, and I'm glad that you're back up here. But what you do also with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and
it's a great organization.
We have some real angels in this community that sometimes
Syracuse is doing Sleep in Heavenly Peace now.
Yeah, Syracuse has been around since 2018.
Oh, they have. They were there.
They
earlier.
actually were when we started Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Me and my family. Syracuse was our mentors. I mean, they were the first phone calls I made when I found out about Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and they've been
for those that don't, you can look that up. That's an organization that gives beds to kids who are in need. They oftentimes are sleeping on a floor, on a couch. They don't have a bed. You see it not only in their main dwelling, but oftentimes you see it if there's like a breakup and you spend time with dad. Dad doesn't have a bed for the kids. So in one way or another, this benefits these kids. It's incredible.
3 years, almost 2,100 beds have been delivered.
That's just amazing. Okay, can we talk about this? Where are we right now? We had heard that the Department of Environmental Conservation was going to come in and put a stay, at least for a couple of years, but I don't think that worked here. On the mandate for electric big rigs.
So that stay was only for municipalities for snowplows.
Oh, okay.
So basically, that's the state saying they can buy snowplows, internal combustion snowplows, but the trucking companies out there trying to bring goods to market. Is no. So it's this whole thing doesn't make sense. I actually texted you an article from Syracuse.com, which was a Cornell University independent study on what the state would need in the next 10 years just to meet their own standards.
Yeah. I think the quote was, we are behind, way behind.
40 new gigawatts would needed to be added to the grid just to meet their own mandate in the next 10 years. You know, the only way to do that, I mean, you're not going to do that with wind turbines, with solar.
No, it has to be nuclear.
It has to be nuclear. And, you know.
And we're way behind there.
In Georgia, they just opened a nuclear plant this year. Took them 20 years to build.
Yeah.
So, you know, just
whereas Europe has been moving on nuclear for a long time.
And there's new technology
way
with
ahead
nuclear
of us.
that they can be built faster and cheaper, but just to get approved for that's probably going to be 10 years down the road anyway. So.
Well, then you're going to have protests and legal. It'll end up in court. So, and yet that is, I know nuclear scares people, but it really is the cleanest.
It is the cleanest and cleanest.
Yeah. So we're even where their mandate on school buses saying, what was it, 2033 or whatever, there's no way we'll be there then.
I mean, electric makes sense for an Amazon delivery van.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's just for big trucks, the technology is not there. A big truck on a electric battery can go 230 miles. So our trucks leave Utica to go to the New York, New Jersey ports, 230 miles away. They would be out of charge by the time they get to New Jersey. What are they going to do?
Right.
Where are they going to charge? There's
you got to pull over and
you got to pull over for 8 hours and charge.
Yeah.
Okay? Drivers get paid by the miles when their wheels are moving, not to sit there waiting in a truck to get charged.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not in our future. It's just not now, and to force it down the throat. Internal combustion truck costs about $180,000 today. Electric truck today costs $535,000. Right? We would need to put in our terminal in Utica if we would get just 2 or 3 electric trucks. We would have to put in probably $1 million power plant just to supply that. You got to get the power from somewhere.
Right.
Which would probably include a lithium battery backup to store the power, and then it's not there. It's just I don't know. I mean, nothing's going to change by the 1st. I mean, the law's here. The legislatures don't meet until January 10th or whatever, anyways, for the new session. So nothing's going to change until then, and hopefully.
Well, you take a company like Utica Mac, as Tom has said, that they've already lost January and February. So anybody that would have purchased in January and February, they've already gone somewhere else. So this hasn't gone into play yet, and he's already lost business.
And that's a business that's been around for 75 years.
Yeah.
A staple of our community. We buy Mack trucks, and we usually plan our purchases a year or 2 in advance. We don't know where we're headed. Right now, we're going to have to buy trucks in Savannah, Georgia, keep them for 6 months, and then ship them up here.
Yeah.
That's the only way around it right now. And
so there is a workaround
for us because we have we open a terminal in Savannah, Georgia. So we could buy trucks down there, title them down there, and then after 6 months, it's a used truck.
But look who loses. Utica Mac, the local Mac.
This has
business.
potential. In California, there's dealerships that have lost 95% of their business.
Wow.
You tell me a business that can sustain that, and that's what's coming to New York. And it's just, you talk about New York not being business friendly. This is another way. It doesn't make sense. You think you're paying a lot at the grocery store now. Wait till everybody has to buy $500,000 trucks, and pass that on.
Yeah. So my guess is, and I, this is not it really is not a Republican / Democrat issue by any means, because take a look at schools. Schools are making the same statement. There's no way they can have an electric fleet by the end of this decade. It's just not. It's not feasible.
They would need to start building the infrastructure now.
Yeah.
I mean, New Hartford was planning on that, build a new bus garage for electric, and it's millions, and probably $25 million to build something.
Right. And that became controversial and has been tabled.
Yeah.
So it takes, but even if you build it, National Grid says we do not have an infrastructure that can handle it. No. So where are we going? No. And I do believe that maybe someday we'll have these electric vehicles as they drive. I was just looking at this guy on TV during the football game over the weekend. He has a generator that is solar powered. Get this now because the end is near. All right,
Patriot Power or whatever.
It's Patriot Power.
Oh my God!
And if you get it now, and you don't even need gasoline, it powers itself. It seems like pie in the sky. I do think that there may be the opportunity down the road for that to occur, but
just like you said, it has to evolve.
It's got to evolve.
And these diesel trucks back in the old days, used to be behind a bus or a truck, and there's black smoke billowing everywhere. These new generation of trucks are 98.5% clean emissions because they burn the emissions internally into a filter and trap it and then burn it. So it's already as clean as you can get.
Yeah.
And in 2027, there's new engine standards coming where they want it at 99%.
I fear, Steve, what's going to happen is there's going to be, I don't know, a school bus full of kids up in the Adirondacks, in the middle of winter, that, this thing's going to die. Kids are going to get injured in some way.
Cold.
There's going to be a truck that crashes on fire, and this is what's going to, move things.
It would take something like that to probably grab everybody's attention. Yeah. Or the governor's office.
Which is sad. It's like you're depending on a tragedy to reverse this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So right now we don't know anything except this thing is...
It's going to be a law January 1st.
January 1st.
They're not... The legislatures aren't meeting before that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
right now it's going to be a law. Hopefully they can reverse it quick and just put a hold on it until we can figure... just the technology's not there. We're not saying it's not part of the future. Just the technology is not there.
All right.
You're putting the cart before the horse.
Exactly.
Steve Spurbeck, thank you as always. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
Bill.
you for the donation.
Yep.
Thank
Means
you.
a ton, and we appreciate that.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, and
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm glad to see that Tom Highland did sell one electric truck to you to donate.
Yeah.
So now I can order 8 internal combustion
There you
trucks.
go.
I think you're in good shape now. We've technically he's it may be one that's the size for a 4-year-old, but
it is electric.
It is electric. There is no doubt about it. So, all right, thank you. I want to tell you about the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. The Falcon Clinic is the only premier osteopathic medical clinic in Central New York. They provide family care, primary care, family medicine, treatment, and, of course, counseling, all under one roof. Physicians, all under one roof. Dr. Zielinski is back. They're now accepting new patients. So Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Zielinski, and others at the Falcon Clinic, call them today at 315-507-4751. If you're having an issue and you can't get to the bottom of it, Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Zielinski are incredibly thorough and do an amazing job. Call them today and schedule an appointment. And if you're in need of a new family doctor, Falcon Clinic, falconclinic.com, 315-507-4751.
I had a heart attack 27 years ago. In early March, I started having chest pain, and I knew this was not good.
I was rollerblading on the canal trail, and I hit something, and I landed on my arm. Ended up at Wynn Hospital.
I went to a regular doctor's appointment 38 weeks into my pregnancy. My blood pressure was elevated and I was 4 centimeters dilated. My doctor sent me to Wynn Hospital.
From labor and delivery to emergencies and cardiac care, Wynn Hospital has all the care you might need.
The doctor I had was great. The nurse I had was excellent. They did all the treatment right in the room. All around, it was a great experience.
All the doctors and the nurses treated me like an absolute king, and I was so glad to be at Wynn to get their absolutely first-class, fantastic treatments.
Throughout my entire stay there, through every shift change, from delivery to postpartum, everyone was amazing.
Wynn Hospital is committed to delivering exceptional personal care to every life we touch. We're all in for you. Hear more patient stories at mvhealthsystem.org.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredients as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 89% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 89% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FOR.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Israel and Hezbollah may stop fighting. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. There are numerous reports that Israel's agreed in principle to a U.S.-brokered ceasefire deal with the Iran-backed militant group in Lebanon after Israel already killed most of Hezbollah's leaders. Fox's Jonathan Savage reports.
Hezbollah would move its heavy weapons away from the border, with Lebanon's official military deploying between the two sides. A US-led committee would monitor violations. Hezbollah began firing rockets at Israel after the October 7th attack by Hamas last year. The exchange of fire forced thousands of communities to be evacuated on both sides of the border.
Israel's calling the killing of an ultra-Orthodox rabbi in the United Arab Emirates an act of anti-Semitic terror. 3 Uzbek nationals under arrest in Zavi Kogan's death in Dubai. President-elect Trump's incoming national security advisor, Republican Congressman Michael Waltz, tells Fox News Sunday.
For our adversaries out there that think this is a time of opportunity, that they can play one administration off the other, they're wrong.
Waltz also says a priority when he takes office in January is to end Russia's war in Ukraine. President Biden will carry out a pre-Thanksgiving tradition later this morning.
President Biden will wield his pardon power today for a couple of turkeys. The president is scheduled to participate in the annual turkey pardon, a tradition dating back decades. It will be the final time President Biden participates in the ceremony.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House, where the Christmas tree will arrive today as some Americans hit the road ahead of what AAA predicts will be a record Thanksgiving travel time. About 80 million Americans going somewhere for the holiday. A lot of theaters were crowded over the weekend.
That was you who made all that happen. How did you do it?
I don't know. I've never known.
Wicked set a record for a Broadway show turned movie with a $114 million debut, the third best opening weekend for a film this year. Gladiator 2 debuted in second. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
When he takes office in January, President-elect Trump plans to carry out the mass deportations he vowed during the campaign to deal with record illegal immigration during the Biden presidency. Meanwhile, Fox's Madeline Rivera reports.
The Biden administration is facing a lot of pressure from immigration groups to take some sort of unilateral action to protect migrants. The White House says it has no new policies to preview, choosing instead to enforce laws that are already on the books. Democrat attorneys general, on the other hand, say they have been preparing for months, planning out how to Trump-proof their states. Still, polls have consistently shown voters prefer some action in immigration. The Texas Department of Public Safety says they encounter a group of more than 200 migrants, and among them where 60 unaccompanied children.
Now, Reuters is reporting today that President-elect Trump is also planning big changes to energy policy as soon as he returns to the White House, including increased oil drilling off the U.S. coast and on federal land, and new permits to export liquefied natural gas. Drivers will be paying less for gas at the pump during this week's record Thanksgiving travel, though for stations,
holidays cut into their sales of gasoline. And that is because people are parking their cars for a sizable period, especially this holiday season.
Analyst Trilby Lundberg's survey of stations has regular gas dropping to $3.12 per gallon. AAA's national average even less than that, $3.05. On Wall Street, stocks could surge at the opening bell. Dow futures up more than 300 points on top of Friday's big gains that put the Dow at a new record high. On Sunday Night Football, Saquon Barkley ran all over the Rams.
Big opening. Barkley let loose. Saquon will take it the distance.
Barkley scored twice, setting an Eagles rushing record for a game at 255 yards, leading Philadelphia to a 37-20 win over the LA Rams on NBC earlier. Detroit and Kansas City both won. They have the NFL's best records at 10-1. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. It is 6:05, 31 degrees in downtown Marcy. Your news is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica, Commercial Drive, Yorkville. Rome police are investigating what they call a suspicious fire. Authorities say they responded to a structure fire around the 400 block of East Bloomfield Street around 2:40 Sunday morning. Police said officers arrived to heavy smoke and flames coming from the residence, which sustained significant damage in the blaze. No injuries were reported, and authorities believe the fire was started under suspicious circumstances, so they have launched an investigation. Residents around 405 East Bloomfield Street in Rome are asked to review their surveillance cameras and report any suspicious activity to RPD at 315-339-7744 or anonymously to Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers at p3tips.com. Forecasters are saying Thanksgiving travel could be messy this year because of the weather. AAA says 80 million Americans are expected to travel at least 50 miles from their homes over the holidays, and some travelers will be heading into rainy weather and heavy snow. AccuWeather says travelers in the eastern U.S. should be prepared for delays due to strong winds across the region. From the northeast to the Great Lakes, rain and snow could be mixed in with some of the coldest weather of the year so far. Forecasters in New York say there could be rain during Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. WIBX has reached out to the National Weather Service, and we will let you know what they say about this Thanksgiving possible nor'easter. A listeria outbreak linked to ready-to-eat meat and poultry products has killed an infant and sickened 10 other people in 4 states. Federal health officials say the outbreak has been tied to products sold by Yusheng Food Inc. of Spartanburg, South Carolina. The company issued a nationwide recall on Friday for more than 72,000 pounds of pre-prepared foods. In its latest update, the CDC says cases of illness were reported in California, Illinois, New York, and New Jersey. Yusheng's food recall covers nearly 24 varieties of pork belly, chicken feet, duck neck, and beef shank products produced before October 28th. And it looks like eggs will be even more expensive this holiday season. Increased demand combined with shortages from the avian flu have driven up costs 30% over last year. According to the Consumer Price Index, the virus has killed 75 million egg-laying birds since 2022, which is about 8% of the national supply. And also, there might be a butter shortage around the holidays. You could read more about that on WIBX950.com. It is 6:07, still 31 degrees outside under sunny skies. Your weather is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica, Commercial Drive, Yorkville.
Clouds and sunshine for us here today, 43 this afternoon. Rain overnight tonight, mid-30s. It'll be breezy to windy at times Tuesday with scattered rain and morning showers, highs upper 40s. Mix of clouds and sunshine Wednesday, slight chance for a rain or snow shower, highs low to mid-40s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone of the Weather Channel on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Not sure we could hear him. Basically, it's saying things are a little cooler. I think that's where we are. Here's Megan with sports.
Everybody's favorite time of the day, the Sports Report, brought to you by IBEW 43 Local Sports Desk. Well, news no one likes to see. The Giants' losing streak is up to 6 games now after falling to the Tampa Bay Bucks 30-7 at MetLife Stadium. New York is now last in the NFC East at 2-9 and will visit the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Aaron Rodgers may be banged up, but that won't stop him from playing. According to NFL Network, Rodgers has resisted undergoing medical scans to assess the severity of his injuries this season. In fear of being benched, Rodgers has played through knee swelling, an ankle sprain, and a hamstring issue this season. New York is third in the AFC East at 3-8 at the bye and will host the Seattle Seahawks Sunday afternoon at MetLife Stadium. Syracuse football won back-to-back games after topping UConn 31-24. The 8-3 Orange wrap up the regular season Saturday afternoon against Miami, and Davey will probably have a full report on Monday after the game. Speaking of Syracuse, their basketball team has dropped back-to-back games. The Orange are 3-2 and will host Cornell Wednesday night. The Eagles will be without a key pass rusher for the rest of the season. Brandon Graham told the media he suffered a torn tricep following Sunday's game. Ouch! And Graham returned to Philly on a one-year deal back in March and hasn't decided if he'll play again next year. And a Braves legend has passed away. Rico Cardi died Saturday. He was 85. The outfielder won the National League batting title in 1970. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. I'm Megan Stone.
So, Davey, what does the NFL schedule look like this week? You have a holiday, so there'll be games on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's Chicago and Detroit, Dallas and the Giants, and
Kansas City is at night, right?
The Green Bay Packers face Miami. And then they're
Black Friday.
This game is only on Prime Video. It's Kansas City and the Raiders.
Okay.
But we'll also have it on WIBX.
WIBX.
And then everybody plays normally. Everybody else. The Bills play on Sunday.
The Bills play Sunday night.
Sunday
8:15 against the San Francisco 49ers.
I don't know about you, Tim. I cannot.
hate it.
I hate the late games.
If they could only play the fourth quarter first,
It would be good. Yeah,
I'd be so much better off.
You know, YouTube TV does have this really cool feature with if a game has ended, you can watch the most important plays.
Yeah.
So it'll just go through and it'll play all the scoring moments or good and bad moments, and boom, you're done. But the game has to end by then.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'd have to wake back up in the middle of the night to make that happen.
So here are the Bills' next three games.
I can't believe Syracuse. And by the way, you have Saturday. If you really love football, you have Saturday, Syracuse, Miami.
3:30 on ESPN.
Man, that could be a game. Or
don't
I don't want to ruin it.
Keeler's
I don't want to ruin
poison
it.
picks. Don't do it.
It could be a game.
It could be.
So here are the Bills' next three games. Sunday night against the 49ers. Then the Rams. And then the 10-1 Lions. They might flex that game because that game is at 4 o'clock. They might move that to a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then they finish out the season in such a terrible way. The Patriots.
Yeah.
And then is it the Jets or Miami?
Patriots, Jets, and Patriots.
Jets, Patriots. So, and by then, probably those won't be fun games because by then,
but that that's really
most likely won't be needing to play everybody.
But that's good because really, by the end of the season, it's like the Baton Death March, who you still have moving, and those three games, you're going to get a chance to rest people.
So let me ask you two, since we're both Buffalo Bills fans. If that last game against the Patriots comes down to home field advantage,
you got to play.
Would you play Josh Allen and all the starters?
Yes.
No doubt.
Yeah, you got him. And think about the millions of dollars you're talking about for Buffalo.
Right.
You know who I think is going to back in? I think the Dolphins are going to back into the playoffs.
They're playing really well right now.
Yeah. I think they could get in.
I do like how Aaron Rodgers is putting out his own media now. It's like, listen, I'm playing with swollen knees and hurt ankles, but I'm not getting any testing done because I'm playing forward.
As real men don't get tested.
I really believe he
New
wants
tagline. Don't be Aaron Rodgers.
Don't be an Aaron Rodgers.
I think he wants to play another year.
Yeah. But I'm not sure it's with the Jets.
It will not be with the Jets. I don't believe
probably
it'll
be
be
in
with
like
the
a little
Jets.
league team or something.
They're already.
The Giants are looking.
The Giants are looking. There is no doubt about it.
I don't think they're that desperate.
Manansky wants to pipe in on the Giants.
Oh.
Jeff Manansky, good morning. And Tim Reed in studio, and Megan and Davey. Good morning, Jeff.
Morning, Jeff.
Whoa,
I knew
it. Bill.
Well, hello, Stefan. What's going on, Stefan?
Well, Friday and Saturday, the Utica Comets finally got their first and second wins.
Yeah, they won significantly on Saturday, right?
5-1 at Rochester, and they won Friday night in Syracuse 4-3 on a power play goal at the end of the game.
So you're talking about a team that is finally, there are many ways we can say it, but they've broken through. Let's just say that. And, once they get that taste of winning, did we make it 3 in a row? They play at home Wednesday night for Thanksgiving Eve.
I think they can. They play Providence. I think they could pull out a win at home Wednesday night as well. Hopefully, get a streak going here.
Yeah, okay. All right, Stephen. Thank you, man.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'll be going down to my mom's in Maryland, and hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Well, thank you. By the way, we're getting people that are now watching the Utica Common Council meetings on YouTube because they're sitting there waiting for Stefan to speak. And you've spoken at the last several, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
He has a lot to say.
Yes.
And people watch they're watching just for you, Stefan.
Well, I talked last time about the homeless situation in the city, and that it needs to the homeless needs to be helped out and hopefully be put in the right direction.
All right, that's good stuff.
Yeah, send them to New Hartford.
That's right. There's a homeless
the
camp.
Homeless camp.
Which seems like it's a high-end homeless camp.
Those are nice.
Yeah, they got nice tents.
They are
and
nice.
Yeah, those are a little chilly in the wintertime, though, I would think. All right, Stephen, thank you.
Okay, bye, Bill.
Ann in Rome is, and I do wonder, I think this is a good point. She said, correct me if I'm wrong, on the electric vehicles, why are we having electric vehicles shoved down our throats, and she calls her Governor Hot Mess, and her entourage drive gas vehicles?
Irony.
I think that's a very good question.
Mike from New Hartford said the bridges in North County can't hold the weight of an electric bus.
Well, that's another problem. These are much heavier than a regular vehicle, which is going to take more toll on the roads, certainly more toll on bridges. And can you imagine if you have a parking garage and it's all filled with electric vehicles?
Yep.
The weight of that would be almost, could I say double?
It's double.
Yeah. Think about that. You certainly couldn't put buses and any larger vehicles in there. YouTube comments, Tesla semis cost between $150,000 and $180,000, depending on range. 300 miles to 150, 500 miles, 180. I don't know what that means. I'm not reading it correctly, clearly.
But that's still a very low mileage if they can only go up to 300 miles. That gets them to Albany in Massachusetts.
There's just no way for us to make this work right now. And again, more comments on Megan. Who is
what the heck?
This is just sickening.
We're
going off YouTube.
I feel
this
bad.
is ridiculous.
How about I just put a paper bag over my head?
No, you move where Tim is. We'll just get the back of your head, and that'll solve the whole problem.
There, it's it.
We'll break. You don't have to do that. Hold tight. Coming right back at WIBX.
It's back, our wish list savings event at Steve Ponte Lincoln. Hi, Steve Cater here. Now, 2024 Lincoln Navigators have 0% 60-month or 1.9% 72-month financing. 2024 Lincoln Corsair has 2.9% for 60 months plus a $1,000 rebate. Also, ask about huge savings on our 2024 Nautilus demos. Save thousands. Stop down and see why it's always easy to do business with Steve Ponte Lincoln, Commercial Drive, Yorkville.
For qualified buyers through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Woohoo! Another girls' night out.
I'm so stressed from shopping, I couldn't find anything.
Have you tried shopping jewelry television, JTV?
I don't know. Everyone in my family is so different.
JTV has thousands of jewelry styles, artisan, diamonds, pearls, colored gemstones, watches, even gift sets. I shop on TV and online.
New JTV customers save up to $50 when you shop jtv.com/radio.
Now, can you relax?
Yes. Another round?
Yes.
You're already supermom. Bouncing from work to soccer practice most nights, you've got your hands full. Luckily, AmeriQ's right here whenever you need us. Make remote deposits, pay a person, check your credit score, and more, all from the AmeriQ app. So whether you're in line at grocery pickup or sitting on the bleachers, you really can do it all with AmeriQ. Download our app or visit AmeriQ.org to open an account. Membership eligibility is required, insured by NCUA.
It's the official kickoff to Black Friday. The 2025 Seize the Deal golf cart is on sale now. Swing into golf savings at 15 of the area's top courses for $75 with the Town Square 2025 Seize the Deal golf cart. That's right, $75 gets you 15 rounds of golf. Some courses include Barker Brook Golf Club, Sleepy Hollow Golf Course, Shamrock Golf and Country Club, Delta Knolls Golf Center, and more. There are a limited number of cards available, so don't delay. Get your $75 Seize the Deal golf card at seizethedeal.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-215-2418, 800-215-2418, 800-215-2418.
Ever thought of adding an adjustable base to your queen bed? At Mattress Express, buy a Bed Tech adjustable base right now for $9.99 and get a $500 prepaid Visa card. You heard me right. You get half your money back in a prepaid Visa card. Shop Mattress Express.
Hi, I'm Pete from Big Apple Music. We install remote car starters and heated seats. At Big Apple, we're experienced. 44 years doing business in the Mohawk Valley, and we've installed more remote car starters and heated seat upgrades than all the local competition combined. We hand solder all major connections for quality, and we sell only the best brand remote car starters and heated seats. Big Apple Music, Route 5 and 5A, New Hartford, 315-732-4162.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, coming up, we're going to speak with a Harlem Globetrotter. Is he currently playing, Lucy? Lucia is in studio, by the way. Good morning, Luce.
Good morning, Bill.
Yeah. Is he playing currently, or is he
No, he's
no
retired.
Longer? He's retired.
He was inducted to Hall of Fame. It's Nate Branch, yes.
Okay. Well, you'll help me with this interview.
Of course.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Stay nice and tight on that microphone so we can hear you. Your wonderful voice. You were talking about your voice. It is a wonderful voice. Let me, if I can, go to Sheriff Mashel, though. We had a couple of really bad accidents over the weekend. I want to bring in the sheriff. Good morning, Sheriff Mashel. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Bill and Tim and Lucy. Good morning, Lucy.
The sheriff said good morning.
Oh, good morning. Sorry.
Yeah.
I did not hear it.
So, Sheriff, some really tough accidents.
Yeah, definitely a difficult weekend in our region, starting on Friday. And the one tragic accident that we had, about 10:30 Friday evening, one of our deputies was in a marked patrol car traveling eastbound on Route 49 in the town of Whitestown when he observed a vehicle coming in his direction head-on in his lane of traffic. The vehicle nearly struck a vehicle in front of him and then nearly struck him head-on. He reacted quickly, attempted both with his red lights and then turning around, trying to not only get the operator's attention to pull to stop, but also other oncoming traffic to give them a warning that there's a vehicle coming the wrong way here. And unfortunately, the vehicle in the town, farther up out of Whitestown in Floyd, near just east of Rome, struck a tractor-trailer head-on. Both vehicles caught fire. The deputy valiantly tried to rescue the operator of the vehicle, unsuccessfully, sadly. So we do have an individual who's deceased at the scene. The tractor-trailer driver was able to get out of his vehicle, and he was treated at the scene. But sadly, we have a very tragic ending here, a fatal car accident.
Wow. Do we have any idea why the person was driving down the wrong way?
We do not at this time. Working on some follow-ups, certainly asking for the public's assistance. If anyone was in that area around 10:15, 10:30 and saw a 2022 gray in color Ford Explorer, to please contact our office. But sadly, the severity of the fire, everything was burned beyond recognition, so there's not a lot to work with. And multiple fire departments assisted and obviously put the fire out. Just due to its location, multiple tankers were called in because obviously there's no fire hydrants out there. And it was just traffic was closed. That lane of traffic was closed until Saturday morning due to the length of time, not only for reconstruction of the accident, but obviously cleanup. It was just a very, very, very intense and like I said, tragic situation.
Did you ultimately have a license plate to be able to track?
Yes, we do believe we know who the operator is, although until we get confirmation, we make that public. Because like I said, we obviously we're pretty confident we know who it is, but just for policy, we've got to wait extra confirmation of the deceased person's identity.
And then there were a few other accidents this weekend. Almost all were just tragic accidents, and really not weather related, right?
No, not weather related at all. It's one of those things, I've been in the business 35, soon to be 36 years here. It's just, things when they happen, they seem to happen, a lot. Again, obviously nothing in common with any of them. I don't believe at this point, but, time will tell as we roll out this investigation.
All right. Okay, Sheriff, we appreciate the update. We, very difficult. Certainly, I can't imagine what it was like for the sheriff's deputy unsuccessfully trying to pull somebody out of that burning vehicle.
Exactly. Obviously I spoke to him that night, but he pretty shaken up. But again, these men and women are putting their lives on the line each and every day to protect and serve the public. And, sadly, these things do occur. And again, I ask if anyone has any information or may know anything about the whereabouts of this particular accident victim prior to the accident, please reach out to our office.
Okay. All right, Sheriff, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Sounds good, guys. Have a good day.
You do the same, Sheriff Rob Mashel. All right, coming up, we'll speak with a Hall of Fame. Oh, you have him on the line now? I can do it now if you want, Davey. Lucia, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Do you want to do the introductions? Ladies and gentlemen, Lucia will make the introduction here.
Nate, good morning.
Yes. Good morning, my dear.
Woke you up, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's different.
You're going to talk to Bill Keeler.
All right.
One of the most famous
person.
He is. He is to me, for sure.
Very, Nate.
So, how you doing, Bill?
Good. Nate Branch, of course, a Hall of Fame member of the Harlem Globetrotters. Good morning, and thanks for coming on.
It's my pleasure, really.
So I do have to say, how did you and Lucia become friends?
We met after one of the Harlem Globetrotter games, and she was so congenial and nice. She came after the game. She met us at the hotel, and she needed some autographs, and we just hit it off from there.
That's pretty awesome.
Nate,
yeah.
It's wrong. Somebody told me to follow you because I want an autograph, because we were at the last row, and I did not know what the Harlem Globetrotter was. I didn't know what it was, what they were, nobody explained it to me. And so then when they explained it, we came to the game and we couldn't buy tickets. They were sold out. So we bought it the last up there.
Way in the upper deck.
All the way. When we came down, my children were little. They wanted to see closer a little bit.
So this was back a long way.
It was impossible.
Yeah,
impossible. So then somebody said to me, sir, I said, when I met somebody, do you have, they told me, follow us to the hotel, one of the Globetrotter. I said, sir, do you have, can you give me an autograph with your picture for my children? He said, I don't have it, but if you wait for Nate Branch, he said he has it. Nate Branch. I'm not going to remember his name.
Right. You
said,
don't know.
You know, he said he has a beard. Okay, I look for the person with the beard. When I talked to you and you got out, you were so kind to me and my children. My husband was waiting outside, and I said, sir, can I have your autograph? Do you have a picture? And you said, yes. Oh, my God, I was in heaven for my children. They wanted. So then I said to you, when you left, there were people there who wanted autographs. They all come to you. I waited 10, 15 minutes. Gino was outside. He would not come in.
Gino's her husband.
Gino is my husband. I said to Nate, when he came down, he said to them, wait, I'll give you the autograph in a minute. I said, Nate, are you going to give it to me? Because he kept signing.
Yeah.
He said, yes. He went up, get the autograph, and give me the, what do you call it? The picture.
Yeah.
He signed it. And so then I said to him, thank you so much. I said, I wish I could buy you something. And I don't drink anything. I never offer a drink to anybody.
Yeah, right.
But I said, can I buy you a drink? And here's the door to the bar. And he said, okay. He said, if you could come with me, and your children.
Yeah.
I said, but I don't drink. I said, my husband is outside. We're going to end up in divorce court if I don't leave. Nate is one of the finest gentlemen in the entire world.
Yes.
After that,
you're so kind.
You're kind. So I said, Nate, thank you so much. Oh my God, I wish I had something.
Yeah.
He said, you figure your husband is outside. You come back, he said, tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
And he said, yes. And you ask for me, and we're going to have breakfast or brunch with your
that's
family.
Awesome.
That's what you did, Nate, remember?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that now.
He paid.
You were pretty good.
Nate, I reminded you so many times. And then my husband wanted to pay. All the Globetrotters, they came, was in private. Nobody in the hotel, was early.
Right.
And everybody, they came, he introduced each one to us, and they were so kind. Then he said, we ate. Time to pay. He watched the waiter and said, do not take his money. I talk in Italian to Gino. He said, Gino, I said, you pay. I went like this, So when he went, he said, I'll give you anything you want to the waitress. And those words, do not take his money. So now, later, I went to buy him a gift. He said, come back from Syracuse. Come back, he said, tonight. Yeah. Went back. I brought him a gorgeous sweater in wool. And he gave us, I remember now. You remember?
Yes. It comes back to me now. That's what the skunk is.
He
when the
gave
wind
us.
changed.
What did you give us? What do you call it?
A jersey.
The jersey. The most gorgeous jersey. I was in shock, you know.
That's awesome.
The jersey just went back to Nate.
Oh, it did?
It was a gorgeous one from daytime. Gorgeous. If you see
Wow.
the workmanship.
So you gave it back to Nate?
I give it back to Nate. How
That's
long,
nice.
Nate? A month ago? A month and a half?
So
about that, yeah.
Tell them why. Tell them why.
Go ahead, Nate.
Because all of my possessions, my house burned down.
Oh, my
And
God.
I lost all my memorabilia, all my trophies, all my plaques and everything, and all my uniforms.
Oh, my God. That's
So,
terrible.
I didn't have any relics from the Globetrotters. But the only existing jersey that I know is the one that she sent back to me.
Wow.
That treasure that. Yeah. After all those years.
I got to tell you, this story, Nate, you just gave me chills. That is so awesome.
I kept it all these years, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, when Nate told me they didn't have anything at all, I knew, but I didn't know to what degree. And he never told me, I wish you could give it to me, or send it back, or it's mine. In no way, nothing ever.
Right,
This
right.
is the most humble guy in the entire world that you could meet.
Well, that, Nate, is that's an awesome story, Nate.
I took it. I sent it back.
Yeah.
So excited.
Good
to
for
do
you.
that. Even though I took pictures, I
Yeah.
said, Nate. Now Nate wrote a song. Right? Can you tell him about the song, Nate? I just got it Friday.
Yeah, you wrote a song.
Yeah, well, see, I'm a musician now.
Okay.
I'm the minister of music at my church. So I direct the choirs and I play the piano. And, so it's kind of a gift because I played with Johnny Cash.
Wow.
Bill Withers. I met some Johnny Paycheck.
That's wild. Yeah.
But you were supposed to play with the Commodores.
Oh, the Commodores.
Yeah, the most of he has a gorgeous voice. Oh my gosh, it's stunning, gorgeous.
So you,
so you. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. So you wrote a song.
Wrote a song for Lucia. It's called Lucia. And it's just about our.
I wanted to bring here. I forgot this song. I was in a. Oh, what did I do?
No. Oh, we'll get it tomorrow. So, and you play the piano as well.
Yes, I was playing piano. I used to sit on the bench at a Globetrotter game, and I'd be writing songs.
Wow.
When I wasn't playing on the floor, and music is my first love.
That's pretty.
That's because my father was a Baptist preacher.
Okay.
So I was raised in the church, so every time the doors open, I was there. But
and your mom, I love her so much. What a saint! What a beautiful lady.
And Nate, you were with the Globetrotters from the 60s to right up to 1983, 1967 to 1983.
Right.
So
that's correct, yeah.
So the some of the greatest days.
Meadowlark and
You knew Meadowlark?
It had to be just when you look back on those days, it had to be incredible.
Yeah, it is. I was drafted in the NBA. And in the ABA at that time.
Okay.
And twisted my ankle the first day with the Oakland Oaks, and they told me to go home. And when I got home, my mother said, "Well, you got a big stack of letters here from the Globetrotters." I only seen the Globetrotters play live once, and I left at halftime. So I went to Chicago to work out with them to get my ankle back in shape, and they made me the same offer as the NBA team did. And so I ended up, I had just gotten married in October.
Yeah.
I mean, in July. And I hit the road in October, and I didn't get back home till Christmas. But we played 300 games a year.
Wow.
So it was a sacrifice when you're a family.
How about?
But anyway, it's an experience that I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'd do it again.
Hey, Nate.
Because you meet so many beautiful people.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Nate, who did you play college for, and what are your thoughts about the state of college basketball today?
Well, it's changed so much. I went to the University of Nebraska, spent 4 years there, and that was quite an experience. But it seems like the game of basketball now has changed so much. Because in my day, you were either right-handed or left-handed. predominantly. But I look at these guys now, they're ambidextrous. They're using both hands and they're doing everything. So the skill level has really been elevated.
No 3-point play, right? That's
right. Can you imagine some of the guys in the earlier days but then in those days, if you took a 3-point shot, you'd be sitting on the bench because it was all about plays, working plays.
Well, I got today. If you don't take 3-point shots, and it's I was watching the Syracuse game a couple of weekends ago, and I'm like, God, they go to the basket. Why the 3-point shots? They keep missing these 3-point shots.
That's right. You don't really see the individual skills anymore.
Right.
Right now, it's all about shooting.
Yeah.
In the old days, you could see a guy one-on-one. There is no more one-on-one.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a completely different style of basketball today. By the way, when you were with the Globetrotters, you were also comedian. You're a comedian. You're a musician, but you're also an actor. You were on a lot of oftentimes you'd see the Globetrotters show up on TV shows. You were on the White Shadow. You were on Wild World of Sports. Gilligan's Island. You were on Gilligan's Island.
Right.
Yeah, and then we had a cartoon show.
I remember that.
And then we also had a thing called the Popcorn Machine with Rodney Allen Rippey. The little kid used to do the Jack in Box commercial.
Yes.
You guys are too young to remember that.
Yes.
But So that's like I said. I meet guys in the NBA, and they're saying, and I realize that there's no way in the world they're going to experience the cities and the people that I've been to.
Yeah.
I'll sit and watch a movie on TV, and they'll be in a city over in Europe somewhere, and I said, dang, I passed that place there. After a number of years, you drive by the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and you don't even look up because you get so used to it.
Yeah, it's true. It becomes once you see it over and over again, it's not special anymore.
No, that's true.
And what a heyday of the Globetrotters. You played. I'm not comparing the old Globetrotters, your Globetrotter days, to the Globetrotters of today, but it was different, and it just seemed that you were, if there was ever a time where it was at its greatest, it was during the time you were playing.
Yeah, you could really, you had to have skills. You watch a Miller shooting a half-court hook shot and making it, and I've seen him make 3 in a row one night.
Wow.
Curly Neal shooting a 2-hand set shot from half-court. Seen him make 4 and 5 in a row. It's the skill set today is different with the Globetrotters now. It's more of entertainment than believable basketball. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I completely I agree. It's completely different.
I knew a kid actually who went to Hamilton College who was a basketball player, and he actually was on the Generals team.
Oh,
you guys used to play against, which was just
the Generals. Yeah.
Every night. You may have won 300, but they were going to lose 300.
Yeah.
That's true. But they beat the Globetrotters one time.
Yep, exactly.
They did?
Yeah, but they did, yeah, because the scoreboard had the scores wrong. And Globetrotters thought they were ahead, but they were really behind. But see, that game, I wasn't there.
See, there you go. See, you have never lost.
I've
never lost a game.
Nate, you dated
Yes,
Aretha Franklin sister.
Oh, sister, yeah. Elmer Franklin, yeah.
He would never tell you anything.
Yeah.
He would not brag. He would not tell you. But I met Aretha Franklin's son, me.
Yeah.
Antonella, me in private. And then when I told Nate, that's when he told me because he is so humble. I get things out of Nate like I pull.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I know him so well, like it's family, Yeah.
Well, Nate, we want to just thank you for, I know you're West Coast, right? So this is early in the morning.
Yeah. I thought they stopped having 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I called you twice, right, already?
She's been calling him all morning long. So.
No, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed it.
Well, We appreciate you you coming on and all of what you have done. And the beautiful part is what you're still doing with music. That's so cool.
Oh, it's so. I
Yeah.
appreciate the song. It's
Hey, let me say
phenomenal.
this. Let me say this.
Yes.
When Lionel Richie left the Commodores, they wanted me to be the next lead singer.
Wow.
But the Globetrotters wouldn't let me do it. The Commodores had written 2 songs for me, but the Globetrotters said, no, we need him here.
Wow.
And, yeah, so
And you have a lot more stories than that, Nate.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you do.
And when I met Lionel Richie in New York, he said, man, I heard you. You're going to be fine.
Wow.
And that was, to me, that really pumped me up. But I want to thank you guys. I enjoyed this.
Well, thank you so much. We'll get the song you wrote for Lucy, and we'll play it on the radio tomorrow.
All right, my friend.
We love you, Nate. Say hello to your wife. Hug her
Hey.
from me. I love you. Bye.
Yeah. Take care of that lady. She's my best friend.
We will. All right. Thank you, Nate.
All right. Love you, Chia. All right. Thank you, Bill.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Thanks, Nate. Nate Branch, really, you can tell, one of the nicest people you'll ever get to talk to, right?
If you were present with him when he came to my home the first time, and they was after all that, oh my gosh, you could not be more comfortable.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And I met all the Globetrotters in my home, all of them, parties, all that. Remember when you came with me and your son?
Yes.
And they would not open the door back there?
Yes.
They said, they didn't believe us.
That was the last time they did that. It was the local people. It wasn't.
They wouldn't let us, right. The
Yeah.
local people didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And Bill is with me. We can get out.
She's like, I know them.
But
and the security guy's like,
but
I'll bet you do.
But you know
Okay.
what? They were stupid, actually.
Well,
Remember
yes.
when they told him he came down?
Yes, he
And-
did.
And then when he came, we got in immediately.
Yep.
He said, I'm sorry. And he said, when they called him while he's with us, they said, the game is about to start. He said, the game will start 10 minutes late. Remember?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
that's what.
So how tall is he, Lucia?
How tall?
Yeah.
He's 7-something.
Yeah. A little taller than you.
A little taller than
He's 1 inch taller than me.
About a minute.
For 1
All
inch,
right. Lucia, thank you for that.
Thank
That was
you.
very nice. I'm glad we got to talk to him. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
And think about, he played in the 60s
golden
when
years.
it was, I'm not trying to knock what is done today, but it's just not the same. It's not. I mean, that's, a lot of times these are guys that don't make the NBA.
Right.
And, but today it's just different. And think about the racial issues that were going on.
That's a big
That's where
piece
this
of
all
it.
came from.
A big piece of
Yeah.
it. You think back during his years in regards to it.
Mhm.
I mean, you still had college teams that were. I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, he started,
but there were
67
all white teams.
There's still the story of Syracuse football traveling to the South and black players not being able to stay in the hotel.
Yep.
That was like 1972, 73. Wow. So it just shows you what they were going through back then.
Well, and I mean that really was. I mean, if you think about it, the NBA kind of tries to steer clear of the public.
Yeah.
The Globetrotters embraced the public.
Embraced. Yeah. No doubt about it. It was really something special.
But the Globetrotters, when I was told who the Globetrotters were, and we went to their game,
Yeah.
and then all this happened, it's history. I know all the Globetrotters and everyone, and they all know me.
I know
but I
they
look
do,
at
yeah.
them and I don't remember their names. Say, I'm sorry, do I know you?
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
She needs a Prevagen.
But,
Prevagen, I like it. All right, Luce, thank
Thank you.
That was very, very nice. All right, you do have to break. Hold tight. We'll come back and wrap it up here for Monday morning. Thanksgiving week. I didn't want to say, I can't believe it's already Thanksgiving, but I do feel that way. I can't believe it's already Thanksgiving. And my wife, who gets a couple of days off from school, says, it couldn't come soon enough. We'll break at WIBX.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. Hey, you can even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines. or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in Central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities. So it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Don't miss Quiet Riot with special guest 10 Ton Mojo, Friday, December 13th at 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater in Utica. Learn more at thestanley.org.
Welcome to the Potting Shed Antiques, the local business with the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Antiques make thoughtful gifts. Don Hartman invites you to shop local and save with 50% off the entire store, except for coins and gold jewelry. Gold jewelry is now 20% off. Stop in every Thursday through Saturday, starting Black Friday through Christmas Eve. Make holiday memories with Don and his staff at the Potting Shed Antiques, Oriskany Boulevard, Whitesboro, or online at thepottingshedantiques.com.
It's back, our wish list savings event at Steve Ponte Lincoln. Hi, Steve Cater here. Now, 2024 Lincoln Navigators have 0% 60-month or 1.9% 72-month financing. 2024 Lincoln Corsair has 2.9% for 60 months plus a $1,000 rebate. Also, ask about huge savings on our 2024 Nautilus demos. Save thousands. Stop down and see why it's always easy to do business with Steve Ponte Lincoln, Commercial Drive, Yorkville.
For qualified buyers through Ford Motor Credit. See dealer for details.
What the?
Whoa, what's wrong?
I'm sick and tired of these high energy bills every month.
First off, keep it clean. Second, let's give City Suburban a call and see what they can do for us about installing a new high-efficient heat pump system. We can discuss installation pricing and any available New York State clean heat rebates.
Take the first step towards a cleaner and more cost-effective, cleaner future. Log on to citysuburban.com for a free quote today.
Yeah, now you're talking.
I said keep it clean.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
So this is what I should have done, and I don't even know why I didn't. I should have called New York Sash, because they do windows, They do siding, bathroom makeovers, and doors. Which yesterday, my son and I were putting in 2 doors in our garage, which is probably why I have a back problem today.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
That's exactly it. You know how level that has to be, and then you get everything level and it's all perfect, and you shut the door and it goes boom. It's not even close. So you're like, well, it says it's level.
Yeah. I'm from the land of good enough.
Yeah. I should have been from the land of, let's call New York Sash.
Yep.
Anyway, you can register right now at New York Sash. Go to their website, newyorksash.com, and register to win a $25,000 home improvement in your home. We just had windows put in by New York Sash, and I swear by them. They do a tremendous job. The home show is coming up in February. That's when the drawing will be. You, no purchase necessary, could win the $25,000 in home improvement giveaway. And it's at their website, newyorksash.com. Sign up. As I said, no purchase necessary.
Maybe the chiropractor should set up at the home show.
So I was, when I take a deep breath, I get this terrible, it takes my breath away.
Yeah.
Sharp
Just, don't worry about it. It's probably just broken ribs.
Shake
it off.
I didn't have any fall. But when you get my age, apparently a sneeze will break your ribs.
Don't worry, I'm well ahead of you.
And you're limping in here.
Yeah,
you took a fall.
I was in a leg brace for 2 months.
Yeah,
I look like one of Jerry Lewis's kids on the on the thing. Yeah.
Oh boy,
I heard "You'll Never Walk Alone." They were singing.
Those kids, I'm going to tell you,
it's terrible.
The ones from the other 2 companies, or the hospitals.
Oh, the Shriners,
and the other
terrible.
One. Just,
if you think you're having a bad day,
you're right. So you start feeling bad about yourself?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yep.
Because those kids are incredible.
Yep.
Okay, did anybody watch the Cowboys-Commanders game yesterday? Did you see how this thing ended?
I did.
The Cowboys actually won the game. And it was an awful ending, though. So what happened? The Cowboys were up. Did you see it, Davey? The Commanders were up.
Yep.
And the Cowboys came back. And then it's now at one point it's 20-17. The Commanders kick off to Dallas, and the ball went through the legs of the returner, who turned around and picked it up on the 1-yard line. And I think I can play that clip, which I have here from yesterday. Here we go.
Line drive to Turpin, and it bounces through his legs. Here he comes. Devontae Turpin spinning free. Here he goes. Fastest man in the NFL. Devontae Turpin takes it all the way. Touchdown, Dallas.
So then Dallas goes up 27-17. Fast forward, only 33 seconds left. Washington on their own 14-yard line.
Half a minute, no timeouts. Daniels throws down the sideline for Terry McLaurin. McLaurin is loose. Lightning strikes twice in Washington.
This is unbelievable.
Dallas goes up.
Seibert's got to have butterflies here.
This is the end of the game where Washington can't come back, and they end up losing, by the way, 34-26. Dallas finally wins.
So it ended up when the Commanders scored, the kicker misses, then they try an onside kick. Dallas gets it, and he runs all the way down, and they didn't really want him to score because they wanted the time to run out.
Yeah. You'd be better off stopping on the 5-yard line or whatever. So, well, what a day in the NFL. And then Monday Night Football, that'll be on WIBX tonight, as a matter of fact. And then we go into Thanksgiving weekend.
It's the hardball game, Jim against John.
Okay. Going to be interesting, Davey. That'll be on WIBX tonight. Starts 8 o'clock pregame. All right, listen, we got to go. Tim, thank you. Megan, thank you.
Do it.
Megan, the guys loving you in here. Got to go. News next, then Kilmeade after that on WIBX.
You'll find no shortage of work to do in a New Holland Workmaster or Boomer compact tractor. Available now at Clinton Tractor. Get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days, or choose cash back on these 24 to 55 horsepower compact and subcompact tractors. Stop into Clinton Tractor today or at clintontractor.net. Offer ends soon.
We are the leader in service.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dino.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295DI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
They're calling it Strikes-giving. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Hundreds of workers walked off their jobs this morning at Charlotte's busy airport in North Carolina. They clean and remove trash from inside airplanes and escort passengers in wheelchairs and say they're not